Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Alberta's pride. Hey, ho, hey, ha, 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 sister. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey.
Out in Alberta where the Rockies rise, Tommy Temper streaming with fire in his eyes. From a lake house glowing in the moonlight's gleam, he's the YouTube king of the widest streams. Oh, Tommy Temper, you're a great guy.
Thank you.
Battling trolls with a spark in your eye. Conspiracy theories, politics and fun. Streaming from the Rockies, you're set.
Okay, good to see you. Thanks a lot for tuning in. You're watching the Tommy Temper Show. I'm Tommy Temper, and you're the star of the show. Thanks a lot for joining us here today. Come on in. Welcome to the party as it gets started on a Thursday, an illustrious Thursday. Looking nice and sunny outside my window here. I'm at the Crystal Gondola overlooking the elm-lined streets of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And just to show you what it looks like outside my window here. This is what it actually looks like. Moving to the window shot here. It's nice. It's a little bit windy, but nice and sunny. We've got the bird feeder out there with a bunch of food right here for the bird. We've got the water over here. The wildlife is nice and happy. And yeah, we're feeling pretty good here today too. Thanks a lot for joining us. And yeah, we've got an action-packed show here as usual. We're going to be going over some of the world events, some of the things happening here in my home province of Alberta and around the world. Haha. So join us for some fun.
Rockies watching and the hot tub steaming. Tommy Temper's the hero of YouTube dreaming.
Phoenix Tide in there. Dash and Grandma. Good to see you.
Alberta's pride.
Oh, yeah. So how's everyone doing today? What are you up to? Are you just relaxing a little bit? I was having a little bit of trouble with my mic stand here. So I think I've got it set up here so it's not going to fall apart on me. I need a better quality mic stand here because I think from me jerking this thing around back and forth, whatever, that it's starting to get a little bit old and whatever. It's like, you know how you can move stuff and whatever. Oh, I've had to tighten it up so badly here that it's hard to move it now. So, well, as long as I get it in a good condition here, it's pretty good. Hey, CJ is in there. Good to see you there, CJ. Good supporter of the stream. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We've got Dash and Grandma in there. Dashin says, I'm tired. Been weed eating and trimming hedges. Weed eating. Oh, weed eating with your whippersnapper, stuff like that. Sounds good. Well, as you can see, it's still snow on the ground where I am here, so we're not mowing the lawn or anything like that. In fact, if anything is happening, just the other day we were having to go out and shovel a bit of snow, that kind of thing. And we still might get a little bit of snow here because the temperatures, let me just take a look at the temperature here. Right now outside, it's actually not bad. It's, let me just refresh here. It was +1. It's gone up to +5 outside now. So that snow that you see out there is going to be melting pretty quickly. The high today is going to be +9 above 0 Celsius. So 0 is the freezing temperature. So 9 degrees above is actually pretty good. It's almost to that point where you could go out there and comfortably ride a bicycle. It's still a little bit chilly, at -9 when you get that wind blowing in your face. It's still a chilly wind out there because the wind picks up off of the snow and, gets in your face there and kind of freezes your nose or whatever if you're riding around. But that being said, tomorrow it's going up to +13, which is actually pretty good. And I'm going to probably be going from Edmonton here out to the lake tomorrow. Oh, hang on. I just have a quick phone call here. Hang on a second. Let me just delete this. Yeah, okay, we're back to you here again. It was just somebody that I know telling me that there's a petition signing thing down at Southgate, to sign for independence of Alberta. And he was asking me, should I, or do I sign it here or whatever? And I go, yeah, absolutely. Sign for independence. It's the big thing going on there right now where Alberta wants to separate from the rest of Canada. And we're pro that. And all my friends and stuff like that are signing those petitions. So that would be a good thing to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. What you're hearing in the background is a little bit of the space. NASA's Artemis 2, which is scheduled to be landing tomorrow. Check on your time for your local time. I think it's sometime around 5 or 6 o'clock or something like that, my time. So check on that landing, that splashdown. Right now we're just listening in, apparently it's like one channel coming in here. A little bit of audio where they're talking to the spacecraft. The spacecraft was talking to mission control, and they were asking them about the toilet there and how many times they can use the toilet before they splash down. So I don't know.
And Christina, it'll be a good 5 to 10 minutes before we're ready for string 1, so we'll give you a call back.
They had some problems with the toilet there, apparently, on board the spacecraft. I'm not sure what the details on that were, but they were asking mission control about how many times they could use it before splashdown. So that was kind of interesting there today. Caught wind of that. Otherwise, they were trying to take some pictures out of one of the windows, and I don't know whether the window was fogged up in between the glass or something was going on there. So there was a bit of trouble with that. U-Haul in there. Hey, U-Haul, good to see you. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We got Phoenix Tide, Dash and Grandma in there. Lots of good people popping in. Good to see you all. Let me just go up to the stream itself here, where I have a live, and find this live here. Yeah, let's tell them that let's tax the air that we breathe and tell them that we're saving the planet. If you notice that little thumbnail on my stream there, that was from Trudeau, the days of Trudeau. Interesting little meme that I found there on my hard drive, so I thought I'd put it up there. Let's see. Maybe we can give out a couple of wrenches today. Let's give a couple of wrenches out here to some of our good people in the chat that have been here for a while. We've got U-Haul in there. We'll give you a wrench there, U-Haul.
Houston copies.
Add you as a standard moderator. Let's see. Oh, actually, you already are there, U-Haul. Let me just double check there. Yeah, got you in there, Phoenix Tide. I think Dash and Grandma, you've been around here for a long, long time. We'll add you as a moderator in the chat. Good supporter of the stream by actually coming in here and checking out the stream. Also, Phoenix Tide, you're a good supporter of the stream, always popping in to say hello. So, yeah, we'll give out a couple of wrenches there today, just as a sort of a good-natured thing that you guys are doing a good job. Also, we've got some people, some trolls that pop in here once in a while. There's Al Munson. Hey, good to see you there, Al. How are things going? Yeah, this is the racist Tommy Temper show here. Everybody goes, oh, you're racist or whatever. You know, you're a bigot. You're this or you're that. Everybody is so quick to call people names, but I like to be friends with everybody. Al, you're like one of my oldest friends there. You know, like you like to see what we're up to here all the time, and you comment in a good nature thing. You're never really trying to bash me too badly, or calling me some bad names or stuff like that. So, I have to give you kudos for what I would call being civil, being civil. Oh, I ran across this guy's channel who made some funny stuff about Queasy, and let me see if I can find him now. I was going to play some of the stuff here, but I don't think I'll actually play them. But let me see here. If I can find some stuff that I tagged here, I will bring it up here and maybe drop a link or something so you can go and look at some of the stuff that they've done over there. Well, I know what it is. Watch later. That's what it was. In my watch later segment here, let me see if it will actually come up. Where is my watch later? Oh, here it is. Yeah, this was it here. Except I don't want to actually play this because it has some kind of music on it, and it might be copyright music or something on here. So let me just grab it here, and I'll just stop it once it starts. Oh, hang on. This is it here. Let me see if I can bring it over onto that screen that we have on here. We're not trying to make fun of anybody here, but they're in particular making fun of me, so they deserve to be called out a little bit. but I found this one here, and this is for you, Queenie. Queenie, you're trying to call me out on your channel there, but it goes both ways too. If you want to call me out, then I'll call you out. And this is somebody did this video here. Dwayne's and of course Dwayne is Queefy's bestie, who's not really her bestie because they apparently are living together, but don't really live together. Hey, we got 12th Man in there. Good to see you there, 12th Man. Looking good. But anyways, this guy whose channel is DFW214 has made a bunch of videos and stuff like that out. Apparently, he's having a bit of a fight with Queefy, so he's made a bunch of videos and a bunch of funny stuff and whatever, and kind of pointing at her and showing what a great person that she actually is. But anyways, the guy that you want to see is DFW, and of course, she talks about him all the time, right? And all the stuff that he's doing. But let me look at the videos that are on there, and you can kind of see what some of the stuff is here. We've got, let me just X this one out of here. You've got something about Mosh in there. Then you've got this one here in the middle, something about 5 years later, Queefy's encounters with authorities. So he's got a video on there with her encountering authorities. You've got this one here, Queefy's son's song. So apparently, Queenie always talks about my kids and stuff like that, and how she thinks that they're, say a bad name, whatever. But, like her son or her sons, whatever. Yeah, right. You can find out more about them here with this video right here. Then you've got this one here, Dwayne's song to Queefy, which you can see, puts her in pretty bad light there. Not looking very good. Then you've got this one here with Queefy, and it says obsession is real. You've got Queenie's good bestie, who is always sticking up for her, is Nikki, who's over there on some of the other chats there, Nikki. So he's calling out Nikki over here. And you've got some other stuff in here, and more stuff, whatever. Just look it over. It's here's another one here. The monthly shower. There's the monthly shower. The Pooh Show, Q Nation, and the monthly shower. So there's another one that you can watch, and check it out. Check out this channel here. Let me just get the link for it here, and we can let you take a look at all these videos here. I'm not going to play them on my channel, but the best I can do is copy that link, and I'll drop it in the chat here. So what you want to do is you want to go over to this channel, check it out, bookmark it for yourself or save it in your history, and then go out there and check out that guy's channel, who's apparently a good friend of Queefy's, and has got a bunch of stuff there that he's going to let you take a look at there. Hey, who else is in there? We got Coast Cider in there. We got Nubs Masad in there. AP's Cat. Good to see you all. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Yeah, Nubs, it's the Vagisil collection of videos there, apparently. So, yeah, go over there. The obsession is real. I wonder what kind of obsession this is. I haven't really looked at all this stuff here, but apparently there's lots of different things on here. Monthly shower. I wonder what that one's about there. Well, actually, that one I have looked at. And some of these are just short things, whatever. So, they are probably things that you want to check out. So check out that link that I dropped and see what is going on. And, if you want to sit there and badmouth people, you badmouth people all over the internet, and some people will sit there and badmouth you. I'm not going to badmouth you because I don't have to. Oh, but I was listening to your stream there, Queefy, and you said that you were going to report me to the RCMP. So I thought that was hilarious. I'll be expecting a knock on my door, right? It will sound something like this.
FBI, open up!
Yeah, except RCMP, open up. So I'm looking forward to that knock on my door, when you report me for whatever the hell you're going to report me for. What are you going to report me for? Anyways, like, what did I actually say that is, like, way worse than what you say, Like, if anybody should be reporting anybody, it should be me reporting you to the RCMP for your hate speech. You're just hating on everybody and calling everybody names and slandering all the time with stuff that you say. So, like, at the end of the day, yeah, you're the bad person, not me. So the RCMP should be knocking on your door. So look forward to this happening.
FBI, open up!
Yeah, and you'll be sitting there with the hot knives, hot knives going, and the banging on your door. I can just see it. Yeah, and you're so paranoid all the time. So, somebody's probably going to be knocking on your door. But don't worry. It won't be me phoning the RCMP on you, okay? Because I would never do something like that. But you would try and say something like, "Oh, I'm going to call the RCMP on Tommy because he said something that I didn't like." Oh yeah, right, exactly. Is that how it works? Where you're not going to just use your words or use your channel, but now it's like you're going to run to the RCMP, run to the authorities, slap something on me so I can't say something about you, or go anywhere where you happen to be, whatever. Like it's just to the point where it's ridiculous. So just stop it already, Queenie. Just stop it. It's like gone too far. You're like, if you have to say that you're going to go to the RCMP, well, then you're smoking too much dope. You're really, honestly, it's going to your head. If anyone is going to do anything, they're going to see you smoking some weed in your car, even just sitting outside of your house, and they're going to phone the RCMP, and they're going to come banging on your door, and it's going to sound like this. You're going to be sitting in your car. Oh, yeah.
FBI, open up!
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm waiting for the day when they'll be doing that to you. So yeah, we'll find out what's going on with you, and we know that you've already been in trouble with the court system like many times, and it will happen to you in your future too. Meanwhile, I'm like scot-free. I've okay, I was in handcuffs once in my life, only once, but it was actually false arrest. Okay, it was a false arrest thing, and yeah, it didn't need to happen, but it was like an overzealous cop overstepping his boundaries, and of course the police department is going to pay for that. There's no doubt about that, because I am definitely taking the police department to court, and we will be doing stuff. Thanks a lot there, Squirrel Nuts, for reposting the stream over there on X. Good to see you. Thanks a lot for tuning in on X. Thanks a lot for anybody that's viewing over there on X, on Facebook, and on YouTube. We're streaming on all three platforms here today. And we appreciate anyone that's watching on the other platforms. There's not much action over there on X. Come on over to YouTube. Just fire up your YouTube on your browser or your phone and just do a search for at sign Tommy Temper Show, and you'll find us over on YouTube. There's no doubt about that. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Bob is in there, or is Bob in there? I'm not sure. Co-sider, if he's in there. Tommy was in cuffs in Morocco. Yeah, no, but I did have a machine gun pointed at me in Morocco. And when I was in East Berlin, again, there was a cop that came up to us with a machine gun and pointed it at us. So, yeah, we have had the cops actually never mind with a cop with a handgun, but a machine gun. Imagine that. A machine gun pointed at you and the cop quizzing you about what you're up to, that kind of thing. And in other countries, that's the norm. Like even if you go to Mexico or something like that, you'll see security guards standing outside of banks with machine guns and stuff like that. So actually, we're moving to that kind of a lifestyle here where I live up here in Canada, where, even at the used place, like a Value Village or something like that, you've got security guards, at the entrance of the place watching for undesirables coming in. Pretty soon you're going to have security guards at the 7-Eleven stores. In fact, I've been to like 3 different 7-Eleven stores where people actually stole stuff and then ran out of the store with stolen merchandise from the 7-Eleven stores. There's one 7-Eleven here on White Avenue, close to where I live, where I witnessed 2 people stealing stuff from the store and running out. And I asked the people that work there, gee, like what's going on? They're stealing your merchandise. And they go, yeah, that happens like a couple of times every day. And I go, well, are you going to phone the police or do anything about it? Are you going to run after them and chase them? And they go, nah, we're not going to do anything. We're not going to phone the police, whatever. And, a short time after that, the store actually closed down. So, I'm wondering, why did the 7-Eleven close down in my neighborhood here? Was it because of too many people stealing stuff from the store? Too much theft going on? Is that what's going on here? It's like even the dollar store has a security guard at the entrance, and it's gotten to the point that you have to factor in that if you're going to start a business these days, especially some kind of a retail business, where you have to have a security guard at the front door. Like, it's unbelievable. You see it all over. You see it at the Walmarts and food stores and all over the place, where now they have security, where in days gone by, you never saw that. Never. There was no security. The only people dressed up or doing anything were the police, going to some kind of an incident or something like that. But now you have to have security guards at the stores, at the entrances of the stores. And I was at Value Village, okay? And there was he looked like a kind of a druggy kind of a guy, kind of, weird looking, whatever. And he's got a whole bunch of merchandise, and he goes running out of the store. And I'm right at the entrance of the store watching this, and the security guard is watching that. And I say to the security guard, well, the guy's stealing a bunch of stuff out of your store. Aren't you going to do anything about it? And, again, same thing. It's like, no, aren't you going to chase after him or something? No, we're not going to chase after. Aren't you going to phone the police? Well, no. Well, then why are you there? What the hell are you doing? Like, what's going on? Like, it doesn't make any sense where you've got security. And what is the security guard there for? Just to have like a face to stop people from stealing? Well, even the security guards aren't stopping people from stealing stuff. They're still stealing stuff. We got Robin there saying, yeah, don't forget that 7-Eleven. Also, you'd go in there 2 or 3 in the morning, and they would be closed because they were too scared to be open their doors for normal people. Yeah, and that's a 7-Eleven that's pretty much open 24 hours a day. And they're too scared to be open late at night. So that's how things have gotten. You've got crime has gone rampant. Like I said, I've got right outside, I built this little box, this little Amazon box, and it's sitting on right on my doorstep, right on my house right now. And it's got a pair of headphones in there, and the headphones have the earpiece removed, and I've got an AirTag in there so I can track that package. And that package is sitting right on my doorstep right now because of the people coming in here late at night and trying to steal stuff from my mailbox and stuff like that. So, hey, Ali Miller, good to see you over on Facebook. And also Rob on Facebook, good to see you. Bob Cox in there. But anyways, I made a tracker package, an Amazon package, like a fake package, and it's sitting right now. I'm looking at my camera at my front door. I would show you that camera, but maybe I can here. Hang on. Just give me a half a second here. I'll have to show you on my phone here because I can't bring it up on my screen here because my Google camera or whatever that's looking at it right now is on a separate little thing there. But hang on, I can bring it up on my phone here. And oh, hang on. Okay, right there. So right there, you can see there's my package right there on my doorstep that's sitting there right now. And it's sitting there waiting for somebody to steal it. So I don't know. Maybe the neighborhood is getting better and no one will actually steal it. But it is out there right now, waiting for somebody to steal it. So and when somebody does steal it, of course, I'll get a notification that there's somebody at my front door with a package in their hand, leaving with my package, and then I will turn my tracker on, and I'll be able to track where that package is going and where that headphone is going. So yeah, and it looks like a legit package, but the headphone inside of it is a headphone that I bought at a store and it didn't work. It was an inoperable headphone. So I removed the little speaker bit in the earpiece and then installed a tracker in there. So whoever steals it is going to, yeah, no, that's not the package for you to pick up. So don't pick it up there, Rob. But yeah, I do have a package that arrived here. But anyways, now's a bad time to pick it up because it's not sitting at my front door. The one at the front door is a tracker package. So don't pick up that package and take it because, because as soon as it goes, I'll be phoning the police and saying, come on over and I'll hop in your police car and we'll track it to wherever it goes. So yeah, it's a setup. It's a big setup. So we have that thing on the go here. And I'm surprised. I put that thing out there yesterday and it's still out there. I'm surprised that nobody's stolen it yet. It lasted all night. But on the weekend here, you've got way more people walking by on the weekend. Yeah, if Queenie comes by here, she'll probably take that package. Yeah, she's going to steal my package. I don't know. But yeah, it should be pretty funny to watch the whole thing. And as it happens, I'll give you guys the lowdown on exactly what's happening with that package. So, it'll be pretty funny when that happens. Third Eye is in there. Hey, John, Third Eye. Trolls taking Tommy's boxes. Yeah, exactly. Bob Cox in there. My ex used to call you the Midnight Hammer. Oh, that's nice to hear. Putin and Iran both have had the sanctions on their oil lifted. Yeah, well, there's no oil flowing through the Strait of Hormuz. So now you've got Trump lifting those sanctions on Iran and Putin so that, at least you can see the oil start to flow a little bit. But, I was just watching the price of oil and it's actually down a little bit here right now. But you can see the WTI price is down to 97. But right here, earlier today, it was up to $100, $102 it was here. Let me just go to the 1 day here. Oh, yeah. Right here, you can see that earlier today, the price of oil was 102. And for whatever reason, it's kind of going up and down between 102 and, well, now it's at 98 right at the moment here. But it dropped down here to 96, and then it popped back up again. but it's kind of volatile. But it doesn't matter whether it's 98 or 101 or whatever. You're still paying a lot more at the pump at this moment in time. And I'm paying a lot more at the pump. We're all paying more at the pump because of this war going on in the Middle East. And apparently there has been so much infrastructure with the oil, like bombed both in Iran and in all of the other countries there, Kuwait and United Emirates and stuff like that. They've hit LNG places that where they load up into ships, and oil loading up into ships, docks and that. Ships have been bombed. That it is going to take a while to rebuild that infrastructure. So I would say don't expect the price of oil to drop back down to $60 a barrel for a matter of months, like maybe 6 months to a year. It's going to be at high levels for quite a while. Now, where I live, I think it's about, what is it right now? $1.50 if you're driving by a gas station or know something. If you're in Edmonton here, Rob, where you are, what's the latest gas price that you're seeing at the pumps? I think it's about $1.50, $1.54, something like that, a liter here, right here, where there are 5 oil refineries within a short drive of where I live here. We've got lots of oil, but because we're pegged on that WTI price, which is hovering around $100 a barrel, we're still paying, through the nose at the pumps there, and $1.50 a liter is a lot when usually it's around $1 a liter, or, $1.14, and, right around that dollar mark, you know what I mean? And, if you, probably the cheapest place to buy gas almost anywhere in North America would be down at your Costco store. So get yourself a Costco membership and, fuel up over at those Costco pumps. And when you go there, usually your filler is on your left side of your vehicle. But, they have such long hoses on those Costco pumps that you can go over to where people fill up on the right side of their vehicles and then bring that long hose way over and then fill up your vehicle. So get in those shorter lineups over on the right side fill up side of the pumps there, and beat the lineups in there. And, even when there's no oil crisis going on, there's still lineups at those Costco pumps because they have the cheapest gas price in town, except for the odd, like there's a Fast Gas or some no-name type of place, not your Esso. Usually the highest price places are your Essos and, the name, or in Canada, you'd have your Petrocan. Those, name brand type places, those are usually the highest price places to fuel up. But, even a place like Fast Gas, you might go, oh, well, their gas is no better or is like a worse quality of gas than, let's say, Imperial Oil or something like that. But, if you follow the trucks to where they fill up, they're all filling up at the similar places, And, the place where they actually fill up in locally here, I know exactly where it is. And it's like a big place where the oil tankers go and fill up. And it doesn't really have a name of what it is, but, it's like probably run by Imperial Oil, and they probably supply gas to your Fast Gas and all the rest of those no-name brand type gas stations. So it's all pretty good. But there is a story going around where there's this East Indian dude in, I'm not sure where his gas station is, but he runs an Esso gas station. And apparently there was about 20 people that filled up, and there was water mixed with the gas, and it ruined their engines in their cars. And he's going, oh, I don't know how the water got into my gas, whatever, and I'm thinking, well, what happened? Is the guy trying to profit on, oil by, he's running a gas station. What did he do? Put a bunch of water in and mix it with the gas and then sold it, trying to water down the gas. But it didn't work because it seized up their engines, whatever, and they're all pissed off at him. They're filing in claims and stuff like that. And now he's getting like racist phone calls, whatever, to his wife and his family and his kids, and they're answering the phone, and there's racist comments on probably on the internet, or he can post, give people a rating for how their businesses are. So because he's selling that water in the gas, he's really taking a beating for that. But apparently he goes, well, I don't know how the water got in there, but for some reason, water got in there, and there's supposed to be sensors or something at the gas stations that can detect whether or not there's water mixed with the gas. So, Seashells says our Costco's don't have diesel. Yeah, so that's unfortunate if you need diesel. Yeah, and diesel is amongst the highest cost because it apparently, you'd think that diesel is a poor quality fuel. It's like almost like kerosene. I don't know if you've ever tried lighting diesel on fire, but diesel is not easy just to light on fire. You can put a match to it and it won't light on fire. It's almost like you have to heat up its combustible temperature to where it will actually, or in this case of a vehicle, you compress that diesel and then it will spontaneously combust. You've got that glow plug in there for when it's super cold to get it going. But, if you actually try and light diesel on fire, and I know I've done it because when we were kids out on the farm, we dipped those bulrushes in diesel and then light those bulrushes on fire. They'd smoke like crazy with black smoke, whatever, but it was really, really hard to light that diesel on fire. Not like gasoline, where gasoline, you hold them in that match anywhere near it, and it's like, boom, right now, getting out there. Lighting onto fire. Okay, let me bring this over here. Oh, I know what I was looking at here. Looking at X a little bit. Going on in Alberta, we've got the natives are trying to thwart the separatists. Us separatists want Alberta to separate from Canada, and right now it's in court. There's a court case going on right now, and I'll just bring this little one up here. Let me just check. I forget which window I put it on here now. But we'll just bring this up here. Oh, wrong one here. The window cap. Here it is. So, there's a court case going on right now in Edmonton where the native band from the Sturgeon Lake Reserve has put forth a motion to the government, or they're taking them to court, whatever, and trying to make it illegal for us to gather signatures on a petition to put it to a vote. And apparently we've got enough signatures already. It's already been sanctioned by the government. The date for the vote is already set on October the 19th, where we're going to vote for whether or not Alberta should be independent. But yet this band is trying to say, no, you guys can't do it because you didn't consult with us, blah, 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 this kind of stuff. So there's a big court battle going on there. Right now, as we speak, it's going on. I was watching it 2 days ago, and the band was putting forth their reasons for why it should be thwarted. And it was, number one, because they weren't consulted, and, it can't happen, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. And in reality, the reasoning that it could go through and that it's not going to be a problem is that originally Canada was run by Britain, right? And the original treaties with the natives were signed with Britain, okay? And then the treaties got transferred over because Canada separated from Britain, right? And to become our own country, the country of Canada. Exactly the same thing as what's going on now, where Alberta wants to separate from Canada so that Alberta wants to be their own country. So it's already happened once where the treaties that were written with Britain, right, were transferred over to the government of Canada. Okay, so now the treaties are ruled over by the country of Canada. And if Alberta separates from Canada, well, guess what? The treaties can be transferred over to the country of Alberta. Okay. And if you don't like that, and if it's your treaty, whatever, well, then it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to do that. And if you don't want that to happen, then you can have your treaty stay within Canada, but Alberta will separate, and you will just be still dealing with Canada, with Ottawa, and you won't be dealing with Alberta at all. And we'll be sitting here doing our own thing, and you guys can be on your reserves, even in Alberta, but dealing with Canada. So that could potentially happen. So, they're saying, well, everyone is, these separatists are being racist towards the natives, and that they're feeding a lot of misinformation. Well, I can believe that there's misinformation out there, because the internet is the internet, and everyone is going to say whatever the hell they want on the internet. So yeah, there's going to be misinformation. Even what I'm talking about right now could be construed as misinformation. But I'm just giving my opinion. This is all an opinion channel here. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything, but I'm personally pro independence, because I am personally sick and tired of being taken advantage of as a person that lives in Alberta by the federal government, by Ottawa, by the elitist, by the so-called colonizers that are back east. Okay. But don't call me, and really, you're being racist if you're going to call me a colonizer. Okay. Because I'm an identifiable race, which is a white guy. Okay. And I was born in Canada, and I definitely didn't colonize Canada. I was born in Canada, and because I was born in Canada, that makes it impossible for me to be a colonizer or somebody that colonizes a country. You know what I mean? Like, a colonizer is somebody that goes over to another country and colonizes that country. Okay, I didn't come here from another country. I was born here. I'm like indigenous to this country, so I'm the last thing for anybody to be trying to call me a colonizer. So you're a racist if you're trying to call me a colonizer. And if you think I'm a colonizer, and if you have any little bit of white DNA in your blood, then you're a colonizer too. Okay, so think about that. Think about you being a colonizer trying to call me a colonizer, when in fact I'm not a colonizer. I'm just somebody that's indigenous, born here upon the land of this country. I wasn't originally here from like eons ago, whatever, coming over the Bering Strait, whatever, to the land or whatever. But I was born here. And because I was born here, that makes me a Canadian, not a colonizer. So you can call me a Canadian all day long. I don't mind that. But I didn't colonize any land at all. So get that out of your mind, like, completely. So we're not going to go there anymore with that topic. But anyways, the latest thing in the news is everyone is pushing these pictures here of people in downtown Edmonton. And yesterday, I was going to go down there and video the whole thing. But I didn't do it. I thought, there's going to be lots of photos and stuff like that on the internet here. But the news media, the mainstream news media, is just jumping on this. This is from CTV Edmonton, and they're saying First Nations groups rally against Alberta separatism. So that's where this one here is all about. But is it really going to amount to much? No, I don't think so. It's like a show. And really, there was maybe 100 people down there that showed up. There was a few chiefs that you can see there wearing the headdresses and stuff like that. But in reality, hey, it's like somebody living on a lease, and your lease gets transferred from one owner to another owner. The lease just transfers with them. Or if you don't like it, like, generally speaking, your lease doesn't stay with the original person. It gets transferred over to the new owner. So if Alberta becomes independent, then the lease or the agreement or the treaty that, and really the treaty is nothing more than an agreement. It's an agreement written down on a piece of paper. That agreement can be transferred over to a new owner when the new owner takes over the land. So that's what's actually happening here, and it's absolutely legal for everybody in Alberta to actually sign up and vote up and for Alberta to become an independent country. So look forward for that to happening. This is a big thing. You guys, doesn't matter where you are in the world watching or where we are in North America. Definitely stuff is going on. Let's see. Squirrel says, follow Dan Dix. He's on location in Washington. I don't think I know Dan Dix or anything about him to be able to do that. So white natives included. Yeah, there are such things as people that are, and people back in the old days would call somebody a half-breed, okay? And I would think that might be racist to call somebody a half-breed, because everyone has become politically correct, in this day and age, and, you don't use the N-word, you don't call people a half-breed or whatever. There's certain things that you don't say anymore. But generally, either you're full breed where you are absolutely that whole thing, or you're a mixture of different DNA from different breeding with different peoples, So you're no longer a full blood. And if you've got some colonizer blood in you, then hey, then you must be a colonizer. That's all I can say. But as far as also good, done and signed. Hey, thanks a lot. There's Rob in there saying all signed up for independence. Went over to Southgate to where there's a signing of the petition going on there, and you signed up for independence. So good to see that. See, there's right in real time somebody right in my chat watching my channel that went over and signed up for independence. So this is a big thing, and there are a lot of people signing up, and there's a lot of people that are involved in the whole thing. So thanks a lot for doing that, Rob. Do appreciate that. The more people that sign up. Now, I know we've already gotten over 170,000 people that have signed up. 177,000. And so, but it doesn't matter. The more, the merrier. And, of course, some of the signatures that get signed up. And in order to sign up, you have to have proof of your residency by showing ID, driver's license or something like that. So they probably did that. They probably asked you for that. Oh, yeah. And you're saying that some more of your friends, Nathan, Andre, and you, so that's 3 people there right as we're speaking, just signed up for Alberta independence. So it's something that's happening. Thanks a lot for doing that. I appreciate that. Much appreciated. And then you've got this dude. There's this guy by the name of Nenshi. He's the guy that mismanaged Calgary, where the water mains are leaking and stuff like that. He's a crappy politician. He's an NDPer. You know what the NDP party is like. We showed you all about there because they've got that whole bunch of crazy people there that support the NDP party. And he's got this new thing going, which he's calling the Alberta for Canada thing. He's got some new website up there now, and he's pushing this Alberta for Canada narrative. And let's just hear what he has to say. He's like a loser, and the NDP party is never going to be ruling Alberta. But the NDP party, he's the guy that's the leader of the provincial NDP party. So let's hear where he wants Alberta to stay in Canada. And him and the Liberals are really pro elbows up and stuff like that.
This is what For Alberta for Canada is about. It's a chance for everyday people to get involved in their own neighborhoods and their own communities and to do their own role in the fight to save Canada. And yes, this is powered by Alberta's New Democrats, but everyone
Oh my God. Yeah, well, if it's powered by Alberta New Democrats, basically, they're not new. It's an old party, and they're like a bunch of communists there. The New Democrat Federal Party wants to nationalize food stores, make them government operated. They want the government to operate the internet. They want the government to operate your cell phones. And they want the government to control housing, to own the housing, and you won't own anything. You'll just be a renter for the rest of your life. You will own nothing, and you will be happy. That's the way of the old Democratic Party.
Welcome. Joining in for Alberta for Canada doesn't make you a New Democrat member. It doesn't make you join any political party. What it makes you...
in other words, what do? You just sign up to some website, and all of a sudden you're like a better person? No, it's a bunch of bullshit.
Fighter for Canada, a true patriot. And we're taking back patriotism.
Yeah, old insane liberal party. Yeah, that's funny. XPW sounding good. Thanks a lot for checking in there.
So we're calling on
He's got a full room of people there. No, he's got like a staged a bunch of people behind him there to make him look like he's got a lot of support. He doesn't even have a lot of support. The people that support him are like some, not all, but some labor parties, you know, and you've got those people that are, you know, on welfare, people that have nothing, people that want something for nothing are basically the people that are following him, you know. Like he's got practically nothing going for him. But he's like, oh, well, we have to start this website and make it for Alberta, for Canada.
every Albertan now to do 3 simple things. Number 1, visit foralbertaforcanada.ca. Go to foralbertaforcanada.ca
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
and sign up with one simple click. 2, on Saturday, April 25th, we're getting together. We're getting together with like-minded Canadians for our first collective day of action. Join us on Saturday, April 25th. Put it in your
Oh, wow. I'll remember that date. I'll come out there with my bullhorn, okay? And you guys will be out somewhere. Where are you going to be? Gee, that's too bad because I'm usually at Sylvan Lake, and he's probably going to be over at the Alberta Legislative Building or something with his Alberta First... or for Alberta, for Canada rally that's going on. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, we'll find out.
calendar now. And 3, most important, tell your friends, your family, and your neighbors about For Alberta, For Canada.
No, I'm going to tell my friends, my neighbors, and everybody else to sign the petition to get the hell out of Canada and make more money. Stop sending half of your paycheck to Ottawa. You know, like this guy is delusional. He's delusional. The only people that follow him are people that don't even have a job, right? Or your union type people to get brainwashed by the union to go, oh, you got to vote NDP because, they're the People's Party. No, they're attuned to being the Communist Party in Canada. They're the closest thing to communism that we have in Canada. And really, they've proven it because Avi Lewis, their new leader, has come out and said that he wants to nationalize everything. Well, if the government owns the food stores, the cell companies, the internet, and owns your housing, they may as well just buy and own everything else, and you just work for the government if you are going to work. But just remember, when that happens, nobody works hard for the government at all. You know that. The people, you hear it all the time. The safest jobs in the world are working for the government. The cheesiest jobs that you do the least amount of work is working for the government. People hanging around, standing around that water cooler, drinking water all day and chatting about life on Earth and how bad everybody else is and, being happy that they've got such a good job that, hey, you can never get fired from a union job. Well, unless attrition happens or whatever, you die or whatever, or you retire. But, even government jobs now, because the leader of our country is spending so much money, he's got to cut back on the government jobs. So, yeah, there are government jobs that are ending out there in Ottawa. So that's glorious to see that.
And encourage them to sign up. Once you're on the website, you're going to see a bunch of ways you can get more involved in a bunch of things you can do to help answer that question, what can I do?
Yeah. What can you do? Yeah, well, you can go on that side. And probably we're finding out that these are the numbers that we're hearing when people are out there door knocking. You know, door knocking like this?
FBI, open up!
No, not exactly like that. But the canvassers are going around door knocking, okay, and they're finding out that probably 1/3 of the people that they door knock have already signed the petition for Alberta to leave Canada. 1/3 of the people. 1/3 of the people don't want to sign up because they're afraid of signing up because they remember what happened to the convoy. Remember people that donated to the convoy, how the government came and there was government retribution against them. So they're going to come out and vote when it's time to vote, but they're not going to really sign up for some kind of a petition right now and put their name on it and show their ID and stuff like that because they're afraid of the government coming back and, seizing their bank accounts and stuff like that. Like really, the government has made it so that people in Canada are afraid to protest. Really, they're afraid to protest anything. They're afraid of doing anything now because they know they've already seen where the government comes and freezes their bank accounts for protesting, for doing a simple thing like protesting. And really, the whole thing with the trucker convoy, they could have easily alleviated the whole situation by one truck at a time. The police could have come up to them and said, please move your truck or else we're going to tow it away, right, and give you a fine for illegal parking. They could have done that. They could have done that to everybody in Ottawa, but they didn't want to do that because the local police were sympathetic with the convoy, so they couldn't get the local Ottawa police to do anything. The local police were giving high fives to everyone in the convoy. So the only way that they could clear it out was to do this Emergencies Act and then bring in the RCMP into the city that aren't usually in the city, who are like going to do whatever the government tells them, and then put up this big blockade and bring the horses in and, try and break up the whole thing like that. When in reality, all they had to do was go to one truck at a time and go, you're illegally parked, move your truck. And you know what? They would have moved their trucks. And if they didn't move their truck, well, then they would have got towed. And that's how the whole thing should have been handled. But the bad part about the convoy was Trudeau being an imbecile and not wanting to talk to the convoy. The convoy was there to talk about the mandates and get rid of those COVID mandates. That's why the convoy showed up there. And Trudeau snubbed the convoy, didn't want to talk to them, and brought in the Emergencies Act to deal with it. So the bad part about Houston, what happened with the convoy.
Conversation between Capcom Jackie Mahaffey here in Mission Control and Reed Wiseman aboard Integrity regarding the budgeting of use of the ship's toilet, and a discussion of how to manage bio breaks between now and the end of the mission tomorrow night. Everything is in good shape on board Integrity.
Ooh.
No issues for the crew, no impact to the mission.
Having trouble taking the shit on board.
This in our mission status briefing coming up in just 4 minutes at the bottom of the hour at 2:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Mission Control Houston.
So that's the latest on the bathroom. They have to limit their bathroom breaks and hold it in, not take a dump on board there because they're having trouble with the toilet, apparently. So that's the latest from Mission Control, that limit your bathroom breaks there, boys. Yeah, I don't know how the hell they're going to do that when they're floating around in outer space there and whatever. But they're approximately 1 day away from landing. And I don't know whether they've got like a parachute on that thing and they're going to parachute the module that you can see. And this is live here right now. You can see the moon right below me there, the crescent moon, and the live shot of the spacecraft as we're speaking here. So yeah, hold your bladder. No taking a piss, no taking a dump. And there's some problems with the toilet being filled right up to the brim there. It's like going into an outhouse. That spacecraft is probably like going into an outhouse there. You can just imagine what it smells like on the spacecraft there. It's like a flying outhouse or something there. I don't know what's broken, whether the toilet seat is broken, the lid is broken or something there. I don't know. No idea. They're not giving us the details on what part of that toilet is broken, but yeah, you can imagine that it's probably stinking to high heaven in the space module, and they're having to put a nose plug on there as they are going to be in that mobile outhouse for another day. So yeah, can't make this shit up. It's just that's the way life goes. Sometimes stuff breaks, and when the shitter's on the break, that it's not a good situation. But yeah, that's what's happening in the latest from Space Control to the module. So it's not good news. Not good news today. But yeah, we'll see whether or not they can handle that for another day. All that technology, yeah. All that technology in the spacecraft, and it's the toilet that's broken. Yeah, it's probably the flush handle or something, you know, like they got a broken flush handle, or maybe the fill valve is broken, or maybe the flapper. They might have a bad flapper or something like that, and it's allowed all of the water to leak into the holding tank or something. And yeah, it needs to be a plumber. They should have actually the Canadian that's on board the spacecraft should have been a plumber. You know, that would have been a better thing. That's funny. They need a handyman or something in there to fix the problem. But apparently it's still broken, because we heard about that shitter problem there early on in the mission, and it's still plaguing them right here as it's like on their 10th day. Yeah, bad flapper. Yeah, exactly. Tark the shark. It's something like that going on there. But Tommy Temper to Mission Control. Tommy Temper to Mission Control. Tell the spacecraft. Actually, this is Tommy Temper at Mission Control at the scene of the oil pumps here on Earth to the spacecraft. Come in, spacecraft. Shh, spacecraft here. Yeah, spacecraft. Can you check that flapper? Make sure that the flapper is actually closing, or you might have a bad float valve or something there. You might want to adjust the float valve and make sure that it's not overflowing the tank or something like that. So check on those things. Spacecraft here. Okay, we'll check that flapper valve. You can't make this shit up. Yeah, we'll file that in that department. In the "you can't make this shit up" department on board. And we're listening in the background. I've got it on live here. And if we hear any more audio from that spacecraft, we'll be able to feed it into the broadcast here. So stick with us for more updates on space control. And yeah, some people that are broadcasting that spacecraft are getting like thousands of subs. There was a guy by the name of Tony there. He got like 3,500 subs watching that spacecraft. Like, unbelievable. Oh, we've got some stuff like this going on here. Oh, hang on. There's somebody checking stuff out there. No, he's not going to take my box, my Amazon box. We've got this one here. And too bad I didn't have my thing a little more organized here. Yeah, you've got this one here that I'll read you here. And this is like, you've got the people that are against Alberta separating from Canada, like this guy here, Troy Westwood. Hang on, the chat is going over top of this a little bit here. Let me just raise it up a little bit. Troy Westwood, I should say, is saying, one thing that has been made crystal clear during the last number of months observing the Alberta separatists. They very much so share the vision of white Christian nationalism. You see how the name calling starts? It's like, if you're not going to win and you're not going to have enough people to vote no for separation, then what you do is you start name calling, right? And the left, you know, and I say this all the time. Now, of course, you know, like sometimes I call people names too, like an NDPer will call a dipper or, you know, stuff like that. Well, you know, everyone name calls, but the left is like extremely good at name calling. Like Al Munson, that's his particular thing where he likes calling people white Christian nationalists, right? And this guy here is saying that they very much, the separatists, share the vision of white Christian nationalism. Well, I don't share any vision. I'm a separatist, so-called separatist. I'm, you know, pulling for independence. I don't like that term separatist. It's like the haters use the term separatist. You know, we're a bunch of separatists, as if it's like a dirty word or something like that. And and it's like they very much so share the vision of white Christian nationalism. No, that is absolutely wrong. You know, it's like Canada is multi-national. It's like you've got people of all, you know, nationalities in Canada from all different countries. You've got people from Pakistan, people from India, people from Jamaica, people from Africa, people from India, people from Israel, people from Iran, people from Europe, people from North Europe. You know, you've got people from all over the world that live in Canada. So no, it's not white Christian nationalism. You're like grouping and saying that separatists or people that want to separate are only white people, which is absolutely wrong. There are people from all nationalities, even native people that are Aboriginal, that are natives, that are signing up for separation. I talked to a lady that signed and was actually flying the blue flag and was rallying for independence, and she was a native lady. So it's all kind of people want independence. And what else does she say here? This is why they are part of or support MAGA to this day. Do you see that? So right away they're saying, oh, these people that want independence are white Christian nationalists, which is false, and that they are part of MAGA. Canadians. This is Canada. This is a Canadian thing. We're Albertans. We're not part of MAGA. We're not part of Make America Great Again, or support Make America Great Again. You know what? If somebody that wants to separate from Canada, if they happen to support Donald Trump or happen to support Make America Great Again, well, that's their own opinion. That's their own prerogative. If they want to do that, that's fine. But if you think that that's everybody that wants to separate, and I consider myself to be, like as far as in the States, if I lived in the United States, would I vote for the Republicans or would I vote for the Democrats? Well, I would vote for the Republicans all day, every day. But that doesn't make me a MAGA. That doesn't make me a Trump supporter. That doesn't make me anything to do with what Trump is doing in the States. And to try and make it, all this is trying to blackball people that want to separate from Canada, to make us look bad by trying to name call and say that, oh, he's a bad guy because he would support Trump in the States. Well, you know what? I'm conservative. And being a conservative in Canada is like being a Republican in the States, okay? I don't like what the Democrats have done. I don't like what the Liberals have done in Canada. I don't like where the NDP is going with all of the LGBTQ nonsense and the stuff that's going on with their rally that we pointed out already. I don't want to have anything to do with that, even though, you know what? If you support the LGBT community, and I'll even bring out my little flag here for those of you that are gay or whatever. If you're gay, and some people go, well, Tommy, I'm not going to sub to you and I'm not going to watch you, whatever, because you support gay people or whatever. Okay, if you're so religious that you don't want to have anything to do with gay people, that's your prerogative. That's up to you to do that or say that. I know that these people exist. I know that these people are doing stuff in our society. Gay people exist. And you can't just say, no, I want you no longer to be gay. You can't do that because people are people. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to be what they want to be. And if you're gay, well, good for you. Be gay. Be gay. I'm not gay. I never will be gay. I don't partake in that activity. I'm like a guy, and I have a wife, and I'm what you would call a heterosexual. Okay, I'm heterosexual, and if you're not heterosexual and you're something else, all I can say is do what you want to do. Okay, I'm not gonna go out to a gay rally or be flying the flag out there at the rally. By the way, I got that flag at an LGBTQ rally. Yeah, can't make this shit up.
Our goal is to try and leave as much room in the F lockers as we can, and there's a couple of used AGA batteries that are in there currently. We've moved the charged AGA batteries into the F lockers as prescribed.
Got some used batteries I got to deal with. Those lithium batteries. Make sure they don't explode when you enter back into our atmosphere. That'd be
Hey,
bad.
Jeremy, we understand the request to put 2 used AGA batteries into D or E locker. We are checking.
One side audio coming in here from the spacecraft. It's just what they're doing. So we're listening to a left-hand audio here right now. Yeah. So anyways, moving from the spacecraft back to where I'm at here, or our studio with our oil jacks, pump jacks. There we go. This is what it looks like outside my window right here. And this is what it looks like down the road from where I am. Right in between Edmonton and Red Deer is what we see. And lots of pump jacks along that highway. Not just these ones, but lots that look just like this settings. So I'll go back and do another video of that stuff. Yeah. So anyways, getting back to this thing here where, let me see here. Win 7. Oh, hang on. That wasn't it. Yeah, I've got so many windows here now set up on my computer that it's hard to keep track of which one is which. But anyways, we have this guy, Troy Westwood, that number one, he's saying that because you're a separatist, you dirty separatist, you know. Well, you're you share a vision of white Christian nationalism. Oh, well, then you must be just a white guy in that case. Well, no, not just white guys want to separate. It's everybody and anybody. So you're wrong on that belief. They are racist to the bone. Oh, we're such racist people. Racist to the bone. Triggered every time they go get a coffee and they're greeted by a brown face. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. I have friends. You'll see me where I go out with somebody that is a brown-skinned guy, and the two of us go out, and you've seen us. Look at my videos. Look at my videos where we go out and give away homeless shelters, okay? And Andre is doing his song and dance and doing some rap and stuff like that, and we're having a good time. And I have friends that are white. I have friends that are black. I have friends that are medium. I have friends that are all different colors. And my mother's, and I've actually had a native girlfriend at one time, right? I actually went out with a native girl. So what, am I a racist person? You know, and people say, oh, Tommy Temper, you're so racist. You know, you're just a racist person. Yeah, well, that's mudslinging, and it doesn't cut it. You know, just to call somebody a racist or a bigot or something like that without even knowing the facts about a person is absolutely wrong. And I've seen that with me trying to communicate with the queer girl out on White Avenue, and she's calling me a racist or whatever. And, you know, and I go, well, I've got friends that are gay. And really, I do. I have one friend that I know that is a conservative, and she is a transvestite, a guy that is now a girl that is transitioning, whatever. And, you know, when I go out, I see her at rallies and go up to her and talk to her, and we have, you know, great conversations and stuff like that. You know, if people want to do what they want to do, who the hell am I to tell them what they can or can't do? And I'm not going to say that they're wrong for being different than I am, right? People are different out there. You know, I'm not, you know, even though I'm not pro what they're doing, you guys do what you want to do. But the only thing that I don't want is don't go to my children and try and tell my children that they should be S&D with some other guy, that my little boy should be S and somebody's D with another guy, you know, and to promote stuff like that and to give them material and to show them that stuff like that is the way that they should live. You know, I think that they should stay away from that stuff, and they should be, if they're a heterosexual, you know, find yourself a nice girlfriend, whatever, and get married and have children and lead a good life. But you don't need to lead that life that other people lead, okay? So please don't teach my children in the schools to do stuff that you know, was by some people is considered to be deviant behavior. Like, to teach our children, okay, like, it's okay that we know that stuff happens, but really, they're young minds, they're moldable, and what you teach them is they're going to go, oh, that's good. I'm going to, you know, me and my buddy are going to go out in the back and have some fun in the hay or something like that. I don't think it's right to teach children that that's great activity. For those people that go, well, I'm a guy, but I think I'm really a girl, whatever, and I'm just going to fool around with other guys. Well, that's up to them to do whatever they want to do. But just don't teach my children stuff like that. Gary Wade in the chat there. Good to see you. We got Jen in the chat. Hey, nice to see you. Nubs Masad is in there. Brett is in there. Brett says separatists are idiots. Well, I know Brett. You're like anti everything and anything that most people do and say. You're like negative towards that. Okay, you understand that, right? Look at yourself in the mirror. When you look at yourself in the mirror, do you wake up in the morning and go, yeah, I think I'm going to be negative to everything in the whole world, and just twirl around my own thoughts, and I'm right and everybody else is wrong. You're wrong. Okay, Brett, didn't Canada separate from Great Britain? Didn't that happen? You would be, if you were around back when that happened, you'd be going, no, we should be part of the British Empire, and Canada shouldn't separate from the British Empire. Canada shouldn't be its own country. We need to keep feeding all of our money back to Britain, and they need to be robbing us blind. Okay, we need to keep on doing that forever. The world changes, Brett. The world changes, and this is a point where we're changing. Alberta wants to change. Alberta wants to break away from Canada because we're sick and tired of sending all of our money to Ottawa. Not all of our money, but a lot of our province's money is going to Ottawa. You have to admit that, okay? Your paycheck, half of your paycheck is gone because you're sending so much of it to Ottawa. And, there are a lot of people that see what's going on.
Jeremy,
and if you think that we are idiots
that would be a
for
great place for
wanting to have more
AGA
money
batteries
in our wallet and to be less entwined with the nonsensical $100 billion worth of spending, for example, that Carney is doing since he's been elected, okay, stick with it. You can always move to another province. If Alberta separates, you can always move to Saskatchewan. Oh, no, Saskatchewan wants to separate too. Oh, well, that was a bad move. Maybe move to Ottawa, move to Ontario, okay? You want to be closer to where people are, where the leeches are sucking money right out of your wallet. Move over there. Do that, okay? But, we're not going to do it here. What else does he say here? We're a bunch of racists, a bunch of white Christian nationalists. We're a bunch of MAGA, supporting MAGA to this day. I'm very grateful and proud to live in a country where the vast majority of us disagree with their views. But it's you guys out there, like this Troy Westwood, that are spreading false information, false propaganda. And the only reason that you're doing that is you're feeding into the guys like Brett out there, where Brett likes to see stuff like that. And Brett, would you agree with this Troy guy? Is this the way I am? I don't think I'm a white Christian nationalist. I don't think I'm a MAGA supporter. Hey, I like some of the things that Trump does. There are some of the things that I don't like that Trump does. I don't like the fact that he's entwined with Epstein. Some of the things that he does I don't like, okay? I think that Canada should be putting tariffs up to other countries, especially China and places like that, where there's a really big trade imbalance between those countries, okay? We need tariffs against those countries where there's a major trade imbalance with Canada. We need to do that. So there's those kind of ideas that I agree with, but I'm not an American. I didn't vote for Trump, but I would rather see a Republican running the United States than the Democrats. You saw how bad that was under Biden, where it was like the whole country was just becoming woke. The wokeness is what I don't like. I don't like anything to do with woke. And, if you want to live in a woke country, well, then you're going to vote liberal. Or even more woke is the NDP. And all you had to do is watch their convention to see how woke they were. Where's your Where's your colored card, Brent? Have you got your colored card? You need your card. No. Oh, you know what, Brett? You're a white guy. You don't get a colored card. You don't get to speak at a convention, at a woke convention. And believe me, the NDP are so damn woke, and the liberals are going to be moving in that direction there too. If you go to a liberal convention, you better bring your woke colored card there. But oh, you're a white guy, so you better get to the back of the bus. You're just a white nationalist, okay? So you don't deserve to even speak at the convention. Yeah, we know all about that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. And you might not like what I'm saying, but I'm just telling you the way it is. It's just the truth. Gary says, Tommy Temper, all humanity needs to come together. Now there has been Iranian terrorists that's invaded the United States of America now, and they brought drones into America to attack the American people. To the same degree, those same terrorists have come to Canada. They're living in Canada. They have shot up with bullets, with guns, the American consulate in Ontario. They've already done that. Like, who's doing that? Those are terrorists, right? They're already shooting up, places of worship, synagogues, Jewish synagogues in Canada. More than one has been shot up in Ontario. Who's doing that? Okay, it's got to be, probably people that don't like the Jewish people, probably the Iranian terrorists that are in our country. And there are lots of them. Lots of people from the Islamic regime have fled Iran and are welcomed into Canada, and these terrorists are now living among us here, okay? And you're right. They have access to drones. They have access to guns. They don't even have to have a legal gun. They just go out, because anywhere on the street, I had a guy that I knew that was involved in guns and weapons and stuff like that, and he said to me, do you want a gun? I can get you a gun. And I go, oh, like, how long would it take you to get me a gun? Oh, I could get you a gun within 1 day. Within 1 day, I could go out, see some people, whatever, and get you a weapon. Not a legal weapon either, like a handgun or whatever the hell I wanted. Any kind of a weapon that I wanted, I could get, like, within 1 day. So don't think that registering or having the government confiscate your guns is going to get rid of guns, because the people that have illegal guns can access those illegal guns any day, any time. And you know what? You can take guns away from legal gun owners, but you're not taking any guns away from the bad guys, because the bad guys have access to them. They hoard them. They sell them. You can even print a gun with a printer now, right? Go online. You'll see where there's things that you can put into your home printer to print yourself a gun. You can even do that now. Now, I don't know how reliable a gun like that is, made out of plastic or whatever the hell they're made of, but that's where we're getting. That's where we're coming in this day and age. Bad guys will always have access to guns. Yeah, exactly. So what the Canadian government is doing is they're going, oh, any guns that look like an assault rifle, it doesn't even have to be an assault rifle, but if it looks like an assault rifle, it must be an assault rifle. So they have actually taken away or put on that ban list, and they want you to turn in like a list of guns in Canada. Hang on a second here. I wonder if Grok is working here. Hang on. How many different gun types are now illegal in Canada and want you to return them to the government?
Fuck that. Handguns have been effectively banned, and Trudeau's been pushing a full freeze on new. Trudeau froze new handgun sales.
Oh, my Grok is not working here. Let me
Trudeau's handgun freeze is.
Let me just take it off of here.
Yeah, Trudeau's hand.
Okay. How many different handguns have been made illegal in Canada? The thing is acting up on me here. Let me refresh it here. How many different handgun, or not handgun, but guns in Canada have been made illegal and want to be taken back with the most recent gun ban?
Over 2,500 makes and models of assault-style firearms have been banned since May 2020, with the most recent additions in March 2025. That's the big one you're asking about, the assault-style ban, not handguns. It includes AR-15s, various semi-auto rifles, carbines, and some shotguns. The government's running a buyback program for them, with amnesty until October 30th, 2026. Owners got to turn them in, deactivate them, or face criminal charges after that. They budgeted for about 136,000 of these guns, but only got over 67,000 declared by the March 31, 2026 deadline, less than half. No one knows the real total in circulation since the long gun registry got scrapped years ago. Gun groups claim way more than the government's estimate. Handguns are different. There's been a national freeze since October 2022. No new sales, transfers, or imports for regular folks. Existing registered handguns are still legal to own and use, just frozen in number. About 1.1 million were registered by 2020, but they weren't made illegal or targeted for buyback like the assault-style ones. The recent bans and the buyback push are all about those 2,500 plus assault-style models, not handguns. The program's been a mess, low compliance, huge costs, and it doesn't touch the smuggled guns used in most crimes.
There you go. So you're talking about 2,500 type of assault-style models, and you know, a lot of those are guns that people have spent a lot of money on. And actually, the gun buyback program has expired. Okay, so they gave you a certain length of time to contact the government and tell them that you own one of these or more than one of these 2,500 type of guns, and then to turn it in, and then they'd give you a couple $100 for your gun, even though it might be a gun that you spent $1,000 or a couple $1,000s on. Now, that time of being able to contact the government to tell them that you own something in order to be to get this gun buyback money has now expired. So at this point in time, no, you're not going to get any money for your gun, but you still have to turn it in now. And by this fall, if you don't turn your gun in by the fall, then the government is going to start knocking on people's doors and saying, knock, knock, knock. We know that you have a gun in there because whatever, you might have registered some gun or something before. And we think that you own one of these 2,500 type of guns, and we're coming into your house and we're going to confiscate anything. And you have only a very small number of people have actually turned their guns in, and they know that there are literally thousands and thousands and thousands of other people out there that are not going with this program, and they're not going to turn their guns in. So you're going to start to see where when they come knocking on their door, and it's going to be bad.
FBI, open up!
Yeah, it's going to be real bad in Canada. It won't be the FBI, but it'll be. I need to change that to RCMP, open up. And RCMP is going to be banging on my door because of what I'm saying too. Because it's like somebody's going to turn me in. It's like, oh, Tommy Temper is saying a bunch of, like Queenie. Tommy Temper he hates speech. He's saying some racist stuff, and I'm going to call the RCMP on Tommy. Queenie actually said that she's going to call the RCMP on me and report me for racism. You know, like, come on. Like, that's the most lame thing ever to say. Yeah. I think the hot knives are going to your head there, Queenie. Really, honestly, you're smoking too much dope. Cut back on the dope. Come back to reality. Cut with the racism. Cut with the running people down and whatever, saying shit about people, and just come back to reality. You know, your life will be so much better. And then you've got this story in the States, which is a pretty big story, where the dude, I don't know whether he's Islamic or what he is, but definitely a Looney Tune, where he didn't like his job because his job wasn't paying him enough money. And then he went and torched the Kimberly-Clark facility in Ontario, California. And just look how big this is. This thing is like, the building is about as big as a whole block. Maybe it's even bigger than a block. The entire warehouse here is smoldering. He lit the whole thing on fire because he wasn't making enough money. He didn't even work for Kimberly-Clark. He worked for some company that they hired to transport whatever goods or something like that, or maybe to work in the facility. And he wasn't making enough money. And he got pissed off that he wasn't making enough money. So he torched the entire facility here. This is like an employee. All you had to do was pay us enough to live, said the employee. The angry employee turned arsonist as he lit 1.2 million square foot toilet paper facility on fire. And this is the result of that whole thing. This is really big in the news. If you don't like your job, just quit. Don't torch the job. Don't torch it, because you know what? You're also torching the livelihood of, literally, in a facility like that, probably over 100 people, their jobs. Okay, never mind that. What about all the truckers that pick up merchandise from that facility? They won't be delivering their stuff. The people that work in that facility won't be working. So not only did you harm yourself and your own job, and especially yourself, because you'll be seeing a judge and you'll be going to jail on that kind of a thing. So you won't be working, but you'll be bending over because Baba will be having fun with you in jail. That will be the result of that. So that is absolutely pathetic that people are doing stuff like that. Absolutely pathetic. Don't commit arson. Yeah, exactly. With the hat take. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, that business of Queenie setting my hat on fire, that was a ploy. That was something that Queenie and I conspired behind the scenes for her to take my hat that I had given to her and to set it on fire, right? Like, I don't know if you know that, but it was like a ploy to, whatever, some content. It was to generate some content for her on her channel, content for me, that people are going to laugh about it, whatever, and have fun about the whole thing. But she went one step further. And instead of just lighting my hat on fire, she got her dog to shit on command in my hat, and then she set it on fire. So that was her that came up with the idea about the dog shit, because she got extra pissed off at me after we came up with that idea. And she's still pissed off at me. But what she doesn't understand is that her and I have a side deal that we made on Zello in the background for us to both attack each other, okay? She's going to attack me, and I'm going to attack her, and we're going to do that to generate more clicks and views on her channel and my channel. And that's an agreement that we actually have. So if you hear her, saying, oh, he's a racist, I'm going to call the RCMP, she's not going to do that. She's just saying that because we have an agreement to have fun with each other's channel and to attack each other, like on each other's channels. It's a backroom deal that we did, okay? You guys don't know that, and I really haven't said or told people about that, but I'm being upfront with you here now and telling you what's going on. So, but as far as other people attacking her and her attacking other people, well, she's just doing that all on her own because that's just the way she is. She likes doing stuff like that. Pat Pfeiffer. Pat Pfeiffer watching in there, saying, oh, geez. Yeah, but no, we actually made that agreement. Like, we made an agreement, like, hey, if she's not going to like me and I'm not going to like her, then let's do it publicly and make it a thing, and it's a thing. It's a thing. It's still going on here today. She's taken it to the nth level to where, she's saying really, like super negative stuff about me and about my wife and about my channel and my kids and stuff like that, where, she's gone overboard with that. I'm not going to say stuff about Dwayne or about her kids or whatever, because, that's personal stuff for her, so I'm not going to bring that into the whole topic. But she's just going to the nth level, nth degree, and doing stuff like that. Okay, what's happening here in Canada? Well, developing news in Canada. Canada is now being called the gay capital for whatever reason. We're the gay capital of the world, and why is that? It's because things politically are changing here in Canada. And this is how things are changing. And this is the developing news story here in Canada. Developing news. I need my news thing here. It's breaking news is what it actually is. Yeah.
Breaking news.
Oh, yeah, breaking news. Developing. Canada is now being called the gay capital of the world after they revealed new letters for the, and where's my flag? I need my little flag for this one here so that I can fly my flag here. Here we are. Here's my flag on the Tommy Temper Show. We're now the gay capital of the world. And, yeah, if you can't beat them, join them, I guess. What can I say? But after they revealed new letters, we have new letters. Okay, actually what you see right below there where it says protect 2S LGBTQI plus. No, that's wrong. It's now wrong. Now we have to start saying the new moniker, the new letters are the MMIWG2SLGBTQQIA plus is the new moniker. So remember that from now on. You can't just call them the LGBTQ community anymore, but you have to say, yeah, we're now going to talk about the MMIWG2 SLGBTQQIA plus community. So don't misgender anybody by saying it wrong, okay? They're not just the LGBTQ community anymore. So, and you can't shorten it at all. You have to say it for exactly what it is, and, don't make fun of anybody because there's hate speech laws coming in there now, and they'll be knocking on your door. FBI, open up! if you misgender anybody. So don't do anything like that because it could get you in trouble. That tribunal police will come and they'll give you a $750,000 settlement that you'll have to pay if you say something wrong about them. So I'm just giving you a fair warning here that things are changing in Canada. We're bringing in new hate speech laws, and yeah, you have to say the alphabet correctly because if you don't, SCN security, guys like you, if you come up to Canada, will go to jail for misgendering somebody. Let's listen to the story.
We will not let fear win. A world without trans people has never existed. A world without drag has never existed, and it never will. Queer people have always been here amongst us. They are our coworkers, they are our brothers, our sisters, they are our mothers, our fathers, they are our families. Drag is art. Drag is culture. Drag is educational. Drag is creative. Drag is comedy, but drag is not a crime.
That's right. That's right. Drag is here to stay. So hang on. Oh, my hair, my blue hair is down in Sylvan Lake. Otherwise, right now, I'd be putting the blue hair on here. And, if you can't beat them, join them. Hang on. Where's my wife's bra? I'll have to go over and find my wife's bra and put that on and put on my blue hair wig. And if you can't beat them, join them. Hey, I've got my flag out here. We're flying our flag. Let's see. What else have we got here? We've got our little rainbow fan here. Check it out. Check it out. It's beautiful. Share the love, everybody. Share the love because it's such a fun day out here. If you can't beat them, join them, okay? That's what we have to do. Let's hear the rest of the story.
Scarlett Bobo, and thank you so much for your time. We will not let fear win. A world without trans people has never existed. A world without drag has never existed, and it never will. Queer people have always been here amongst us. They are our coworkers, they are our brothers, our sisters, they are our mothers, our fathers, they are our families. Drag is art, drag is culture, drag is educational, drag is creative, drag is comedy, but drag is...
Hang on. Drag is comedy. That part I agree with. Like when I was a kid, the only time I would see drag would be some comedian getting dressed up as a woman. Maybe they were trans. At that time, I didn't really think that they were trans, or I didn't really know what they did in their bedroom or whatever. But when I was a kid and I saw a drag thing, it was a comedy skit. It was somebody getting up, dressed up like a woman and doing some kind of a comedy skit. It was comedy. And that's all that I thought that drag was just comedy. And, well, until I went to a gay nightclub, and then I discovered that it wasn't just comedy. It was actually people doing stuff with other people and getting dressed up like that and whatever. So, yeah, I have to say that it's actually all the things that this person is saying is what you realize. And you know what? Like I'm saying, let people do whatever the hell they want to do, okay? But just don't indoctrinate my kids.
Drag is creative. Drag is comedy, but drag is not a crime. My name is Scarlett Bobo, and thank you so much for your time.
There you go. So, yeah, I don't know why. And all I'm doing is just going through my ex.
We are nom-ops on board. Nom-ops on board. Give us a call.
Oh, we got spacecraft. We're hearing from the spacecraft here in my left ear a little bit here. Yeah, Flip Wilson. Yeah, Flip Wilson. Yeah. Yeah, it was comedy, right? It used to be just comedy. Exactly. And today, some of it is comedy. But when you invite a bunch of children...
We copy your call, and we see the messages. We'll sync up when you're ready.
When you invite a bunch of children to a drag show, and then you have scantily clad guys dressed up like women, trying to have sex with a pole in front of all of the children. To me, that's indoctrinating the children, really. That shouldn't happen. You shouldn't do that, really, honestly. That's like stepping over the line. But, they had that in Calgary, and the mayor of Calgary actually, some people protested it, and they were outside of the event or something. And then the mayor of Calgary brought in a bylaw that if there's I don't know exactly what the bylaw says, I didn't actually read it, but they made it so that if there was a dance thing in front of children, that you had to be so many feet away from that event if you wanted to protest, right? They didn't want people to protest those kind of things, a drag show.
Previously during the fight.
We are kicking up a fair amount of particulate. I wouldn't say there's a lot of dust in here, but I'm just looking around and there's a fair amount in here. So if it was simply a smoke detector detection, I think we are good. We did not manually initiate that.
Ooh. What?
Understand all, and we'll stand by when you have an AGA reading. We'll take it.
They're
having trouble with their toilet.
We need to wait 5 minutes, but right now all indications are off scale low. CO2 is 3.2, O2 is 21.3, temperature is 76.7, and we have a bit alpha of 16, a bit bravo of 0, and a cabin pressure of 14.8.
They're having particles of something floating in the air, and we know that they're having trouble with the toilet.
Copy all, and we're looking.
You can kind of make an assumption there. Remember I said earlier that the place probably stinks like an outhouse when they're having trouble with that toilet, and they've got particles of something floating in the air in the capsule. Smoke detector is problems with the smoke detector.
Checking.
So maybe the smoke detector is detecting particles of fecal material in the air. We're just making an assumption here, but, you can imagine what's going through Mission Control's head right now.
Integrity for the smoke detector, nominal voltage is around 1.2. We are seeing it hover at 1.2 or just above it.
I don't know what that voltage must be. If the smoke detector is detecting something, then the voltage that they're talking about would probably either rise or lower from its nominal voltage. There's in a smoke detector is what's called an ionization chamber, and that chamber has a radioactive material and a sensor, and the sensor has a certain voltage, okay, because it's reading that reading from the radioactive material. If anything else floats in between that radioactive material and the sensor, then it will change that nominal voltage from, in their case, 1.2 volts to something different, either higher or lower.
Overall concur. We're going to keep taking a look here, and we'll let you know when we start reconfig. In the meantime, please proceed with stowage and study.
It could go into alarm if it's not at that nominal voltage. And it doesn't matter whether it's particles of smoke or particles of shit. Anything floating in between that radioactive material and that sensor in that smoke detector will cause it to go off. For example, when you're testing a smoke detector, you have a can of aerosol material that you spray in to test a smoke detector, and it will go off. You could have something like burning rubber, like on a belt or something like that, that produces smoke in the air. That can set off a smoke detector. If you have high humidity, like in a bathroom, those molecules of humidity can go in between the radioactive material and the sensor and set off that smoke detector. So, not sure exactly what's setting off that smoke detector, or where they indicated that there was something going on with it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be talking about it. However, it's now at that nominal voltage, but they are actually visually seeing particles of something in the air. They didn't say what the particles were, but because they're having trouble with their toilet, we can only assume what those particles might be or what they may be coming from. So that's the latest on the on the spacecraft.
What the hell? Oh my God! No way!
I know it's tough in there. We got trouble on the spacecraft. Oh yeah. What next? What's gonna happen next? I don't know. Time will tell. If you're just sitting watching the show, do us a favor, hit that sub button, hit that thumbs up. Give us a couple of thumbs up there if you can. We're sitting there with, I don't know how many thumbs ups, but I'm going to hit it right now. There you go. That's me giving my own stream a thumbs up. Well, 34 people watching. What's the matter? We're getting shadow banned.
For the cabin atmosphere, we see cabin temps rising a bit due to some of the deactivation. So you may get a message related to a high cabin temp. That would not surprise us. And we will take a second set of AGA readings at this time.
Cabin temperature's going up in the module. Now, they're going to be up there in space for another day. They're scheduled for landing tomorrow around 5 or 6 o'clock my time.
Let us know if you want us to power back on.
Let me see when they're scheduled for landing. Hang on.
That works for us. Thank you.
When is the space module scheduled for landing in Eastern Time?
Power it on or leave it off?
Yep, sorry, you can leave AGA off, OFS.
Tomorrow night, Friday, April 10th at 8:07 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when NASA's Artemis II Orion capsule, the crew module, is scheduled to splash down in the Pacific off San Diego. It's coming back from the first crewed trip around the moon in over 50 years. You can catch the live stream on NASA Plus, their YouTube, or the NASA app. Coverage ramps up a couple hours before. Weather looks good so far, but these things can slip a bit. It's going to be a hell of a show.
Okay, so that's 8:07 Eastern Time. Okay, so that's 8:765, about 5:07 Pacific Time. So Super Salty, if you're smart, you'll go live tomorrow around that time. Do research on it, but it's about probably 5:07 Pacific Time. And it's going to be landing somewhere around San Diego. And Super Salty lives in San Diego. So Super Salty, you'd be smart to go live and get your camera going there. And you probably will be able to see that thing coming down. Apparently, it's the space module that we're looking at right now. And I believe, I'm not certain on this, but I believe that we will have a parachute attached to it. Like it'll be going through our atmosphere, doing that burn through our atmosphere to slow the thing down. And then once it's in the atmosphere, then we'll probably be deploying that parachute. and then landing somewhere in the ocean close to San Diego. So, yeah, that would be a great one for you to investigate that and see whether or not you can go live and show the world from your channel what it looks like when that thing comes down. But looks like right now they're having some toilet problems. They're having particles of something in the air on the spacecraft. And, yeah, not good. Edward Camp says white Christian nationalists are terrorists and the biggest threat to American democracy today. Yeah, I don't even know who the white Christian nationalists are. I do know that I have seen some kind of guys dressed in brown shirts and stuff like that, you know, like appear at some things, and they don't come out in big numbers. So there's maybe, let's say there's maybe 50 of them or 100 of them, whatever, that are like real, what I would classify as far right-wing white Christian nationalists that believe that, you know, white is the only race and whatever. They probably, you know, praise Hitler and stuff like that. And like those people are lunatics, right? Like anybody, you know, even a right winger like me would think, you know, that's just plain nonsense. They have no place in today's society. And, you know, it's like members of the KKK or something like that, you know, are probably the same people that are members of that organization. And, you know, we don't need people like that in today's society. But to the same degree, you have other people that hate on white people. You know, it comes on both sides. You've got white people that hate everybody else, and you've got other people that are not non-whites that just plain hate white people and think that all white people need to be exterminated. And really, those people are all divisionists, and they're just trying to divide society. And in reality, it doesn't matter what color you are. You have a right to have a good life on the earth, have a good job, and to make lots of money. If you're an entrepreneur, hey, you should be making more money than the average worker. So, you know, you want to pay people more for the people that excel. If you do a good job, you should get more pay. That's the way it works. You shouldn't try and create a society where it's like, oh, everybody works for the government. There are no companies. Nobody can be an entrepreneur. Nobody can invent anything. Nobody can get ahead in life. We'll just all work for the government, and we'll all just be lazier than hell and hardly do anything. But hey, we'll get a basic wage, and you'll basically own nothing, and you'll be happy. You know, you've got two ways of doing things. Personally, I like the capitalist way of living, okay? I like to be able to work harder than the guy next to me and make more money for it, or to invent something, or to develop something, or to become an entrepreneur, and to, you know, reap the benefits of doing that. That is like a way better life. And you see where places like Russia used to be communist in the government owned everything, and now they moved away from that. Why did they move away from that? Because it didn't work and the people rebelled. China, okay, is a communist country, but they're realizing that communism doesn't work all that well. And why do you have people, you know, forming companies and selling cars? You have other people running factories and stuff like that. Those are not communist companies. Those are real entrepreneurs, even in China, that are doing stuff and developing stuff outside of communism. Okay, it's like a controlled type of capitalism that's happening over in even those communist countries, because they realize that pure communism does not work at all. And then you've got the universities here in Canada and the United States that are pushing communism, Marxism, and crap like that to the students. And yeah, I had a guy that I was watching there last night where he said he went to a rally, or no, it was a thing in Calgary University, and a guy sat down next to him, a student, and started preaching, you know, all about communism, Marxism, and how we need to change over to that. And, you know, when you start pointing out to people like that, well, you know, like millions of people were killed under Marxist regimes, and, you know, and they go, oh, yeah, but I'm talking about a different form of Marxism than before. It's different. So out any corporations, any companies, and have everybody work for the government, and it'll be a different way of doing it. No, it won't. It'll be exactly the same thing that happened before, where the regime ends up, you know, doing away with those people that rebel and don't want to be part of that whole thing. So just remember that. Okay, not much action from the spacecraft, so we'll come back to it as we hear some audio from the spacecraft. Let's go back to things that are happening in the real world around us here on Earth. We've got, getting back to Alberta separation, we've got this one here where we've got this guy here. He's got a pretty small channel. It's even a smaller channel than mine here. This guy that's doing these interviews here. I should actually invite people to come on my program and do some interviews with people. I actually emailed a guy by the name of Unacceptable Fringe, and I asked him whether or not I could restream his bit that he did yesterday, because he interviewed Jeffrey Rath there yesterday, and it was a pretty good interview with him. And he said no, he didn't want me. He wanted me just to push people over to his channel, which I can tell you guys all day long. Go over to Unacceptable Fringe and watch his stream. But, me saying it is not going to, I know what it's like, because I go on other people's streams and they go, hey, check out Tommy Temper, he's a great guy. And then I never see those people over here. So me just telling you guys to go over and watch somebody else is like completely different than me putting it on the screen and showing you what I'm talking about somebody else. But anyways, Unacceptable Fringe did a great interview yesterday with Jeffrey Rath, and there was somebody else that was on his program there. I forget what his name
we
is.
are just a couple of commands away from getting everything
but anyways,
squared
it was
away
a good
for you.
good interview that was happening. Let's check out this one here, which is basically Jeffrey Rath posted this, and he's saying, Danielle Smith seduced by Mark Carney, the same mistake she made with Jim Prentice when she crossed the floor. My friend Mark, I love Mark. Carney is despised in Alberta. Hitching her wagon to him doesn't look good for her going forward. This is about Danielle Smith. So let's just watch this little bit here. This just popped up on my screen, and let's see. We'll just, hopefully the audio from the spacecraft doesn't interfere with it.
I asked Premier Danielle Smith about it as well. Let's listen to what she had to say during our recent conversation. Is the possibility of an independence referendum in Alberta helping her position? I mean, do you see it as a kind of bargaining chip or as leverage in your negotiations with Ottawa?
Well, I look at it as a fact that both I have to deal with and the Prime Minister has to deal with. The independence polling got up to 42% when the Liberals won government again. It's the highest I'd ever seen it. And so when I met with the Prime Minister, I said, we've got to solve this problem. We've got to give Albertans hope again. The fact that you have anywhere from a million...
Oops. I accidentally clicked on that. Oh, my God. I hate that when I do that. Let's play it again.
He had to say during our recent conversation. Is the possibility of an independence referendum in Alberta helping her position? I mean, do you see it
PCD
as a kind of bargaining chip or as leverage in your negotiations with Ottawa?
Well, I look at it as a fact that both I have to deal with and the Prime Minister has to deal with. The independence polling got up to 42%.
Yeah.
Okay, we will get on that. And for a crew that has asked for only lower cabin fan speeds this entire mission, we are very happy to have what we have right now. Thank you.
Okay, so it sounds like things are going well with the space mission there. Okay, so what this is this is the Premier of the province of Alberta, and she's being asked whether the independence people, like me, people that want independence, are having an effect on her being able to deal with Mark Carney in Ottawa. And she's saying that the polls, and this is the polls, remember, the pollsters in Canada are liberal, and they actually poll a lot of liberal people and stuff like that. But the polls are showing that 42% of Albertans want independence. Now, that's just a poll. I think that number is a lot higher than that. I think that it's probably closer to 60%, 50, well, probably 60%, on the average. But one of the things that, Brett, I have to tell guys like you and all the people out there that are like anti-Alberta independence, I have to tell you that one of the reasons that I am pro-Alberta independence is because of what happened in Quebec. Because Quebec wanted to be an independent country. Okay, they wanted to secede. They wanted to not be part of Canada, and they had a vote to be independent. Okay, they didn't reach over 50% in their vote. It was just under 50%. But what that vote did is it put the pressure on Ottawa to give them deals, to give them special deals, to make them more special than other provinces because of their so-called ability to secede from Canada. So the same thing with us here in Alberta. Even if we don't become an independent country, Alberta will be treated much differently by Ottawa, because Ottawa, it's like somebody saying, it's like almost like holding a gun to your head and saying, and I don't want to use that analogy, but let's say it's like you have a child, okay, and your child is 18 years old, and you want them to stay at home, and your child is going, no, I'm old enough to be independent. I'm old enough to be on my own, and I'm going to leave. But they don't really leave because they don't have enough money to leave, or whatever reason, or whatever. But they use it against you to get you to, say, give them some perks or something like that for staying with you. Well, that's effectively what Alberta is doing in this situation, and that's exactly what Quebec did. You don't think that Quebec is getting special deals out of Ottawa and is being treated differently by Ottawa because they're threatening to separate? Absolutely, Quebec is. Look at even the equalization payments. They're getting way more equalization payments because they were threatening to separate from Canada. Okay, and if you don't believe that, hey, what else can I tell you? And they're also getting other special treatment by Ottawa. They're running bills through there. They're limiting the use of English in their province. They're limiting the use of English on signage and all kind of stuff like that. They're doing stuff using the notwithstanding clause and getting away with it in Quebec. They're banning the burqa and also religious symbols in government operations. They're doing all kind of stuff like that, and they're getting away with it. Why? Because they're always threatening to separate, right? And everyone is backing away from it and going, okay, we'll give you special treatment. Well, that is what's happening in Alberta, because Mark Carney wants to push all of his net zero stuff on the province here, wants net zero, set up these billion-dollar carbon capturing plants when all you need to do is plant more frickin' trees, for God's sakes. But no, Mark Carney is making money off of those carbon capture plants. He's making money off of the carbon credit system. He's making money off of the net zero. He's got shares waiting for him in Brookfield. Like when he stops being the Prime Minister of Canada, you can bet that he's going to be back in there doing whatever Brookfield is doing there, managing Brookfield. It's such a scam that's going on here with the Canadian government. Almost everything that Mark Carney is announcing is somehow related to Brookfield, and Brookfield is making money off of it. And he either has shares or he's being promised shares by virtue of the fact that he was one of the CEOs or people running the company, maybe not the CEO, but he had a lot of dealings with Brookfield. Everybody talks about it. Everybody knows it. Even the Liberals know it. But the Liberals they just go, oh well, yeah, love everyone and elbows up, and don't worry about what Brookfield is going to do to enrich Carney. But anyways, back to what our illustrious leader of our province is saying.
When the Liberals won government again, is the highest I'd ever seen it. And so when I met with the Prime Minister, I said, we've got to solve this problem. We've got to give Albertans hope again. The fact that you have anywhere from a million to 1.5 million adult voting Albertans thinking that the country doesn't work, that should be something that both myself and the Prime Minister take seriously, and we have. And so I think it's part of the reason why we were able to negotiate on an MOU, and we're working through.
Yeah, that MOU she should never have negotiated, because the MOU that she's talking about is Alberta wants to build a pipeline to the West Coast in Canada. Carney comes up with this agreement called an MOU, where it's like, well, you have to increase the amount of carbon that you're capturing. You have to increase the the percentage that you're taxing corporations for emitting carbon. Basically, you just have to gouge us with sucking more money out of our province, and then we might give you a pipeline. So agree to all this stuff, and then we might build a pipeline. And so far, nobody's agreed except her. She's agreed to doing this stuff, but the only reason that she's agreed to it is because it's the only way that she could get any kind of a pipeline built. So, yeah, these taxes have now increased on all the corporations. We're now paying more for food. We're paying more for gasoline. We're paying more for anything and everything that is affected by what corporations actually do in our province. And it's a bad thing for all Albertans. That's another reason to get the hell out of Canada. And you heard what she said. She said 1 million to 1.5 million Albertans want to leave Canada. That's what she was saying just a minute ago with what she said. 1 million to 1.5 million Albertans want to leave out of 4 million people. And you know what? Those 1.5 million people are people that are going to go and vote. 4 million people, even though there's 4 million people in the province, 4 million people are not going to go and vote. Okay? You're going to be lucky to get 2 million people voting in the province. And if 1.5 million vote to leave Canada out of 2 million people that actually show up to vote, then we're going to be leaving. We're going to be leaving the province. And you can hear the premier herself is saying that 1 million to 1.5 million people want to leave.
At least some of the major pressure points.
So, what do you think of that?
Well, again, it sounds to me like Danielle Smith has been seduced by Mark Carney the same way she was seduced by Jim Prentice when she crossed the floor with the Wild Rose, right?
That's true.
It's Mark, my friend Mark. I love Mark.
Yeah.
And, and the rest
but
of us
you know
are
why
fine.
that is? Because Danielle Smith is caught between a rock and a hard place, okay? And I'll tell you why. Because she's the premier of the province. She has a vested interest in ensuring that the province stays within Confederation, within Canada, okay? And, that's why she's like wanting to talk to Carney, wanting to make a deal with him, wanting to do stuff with the, within Confederation. But on the other hand, I perceive her as being, even though she's premier of Alberta, she's also pro-independence, right? Because she actually reduced the number of signatures that were required on the petition in order for us to get a vote on independence, okay? So she had to be pro-independence in order to actually do that, right? But she's caught between a rock and a hard place, like I say, because she also has to make it look like she wants to stay in Confederation and wants to talk to Carney and wants to make deals with him and do stuff like that. Now, trying to make a deal with Ottawa is like trying to make a deal with the devil, because you have to give away your firstborn, whatever, and that kind of stuff in order to get any kind of a deal out of them, i.e. Agree to increasing industrial carbon taxes and agree to carbon capture and setting up sequestration of carbon, spending billions and billions of dollars on crap and bullshit that's absolutely unnecessary, and use our hard-earned tax money in order to do that. So instead of building schools and hospitals in our provinces, we're building carbon capture plants for billions of dollars. Like, it's all completely ridiculous. It's stupid. And for that reason, we need to just plain separate from Canada, separate from Carbon Carney and all of his dollars that he's making with his Brookfield Corporation, and go on it alone. Get the hell away from there. And guys like Brett, like how you can be in bed with Carney and this whole carbon capture nonsense and all the rest of this bullshit, I just don't see it. You need to get on board with what we're talking about and be pro-separatist. Alberta needs to be its own country. Guess what? If Alberta becomes its own country, your life will be better. It'll be way better. Anytime you make any kind of a paycheck working, you won't have to send any money to Ottawa in federal income tax, because it'll be gone, completely gone.
it. I mean,
and you won't have to pay GST on every bloody thing that you buy. GST will be gone. The gouge and screw tax will be absolutely gone when Alberta becomes its own province
work
or
hand
its
in
own
hand with
country.
Mark Carney, and he's despised in Alberta, right? So I guess if that's what she's hitching her wagon to, best of luck to her. I don't think it's a very good. It doesn't look very good for her going forward.
There you go. So and Jeffrey Rath, who's one of the heads of the, and people call him out, whatever, for things that he's done in his past or whatever. I don't give a crap what he's done in his past. He's all for Alberta independence, and he's one of the best people for doing this because he's a lawyer and he knows the ins and outs of Alberta independence, and one of the best guys to be like working with this whole thing. Here's another one here. Elon Musk, whether you like him or hate him, Elon Musk is pro Alberta independence. Okay, here's Keith Wilson saying Alberta independence movement is driven by something far deeper than money, our fundamental concern for the future of our children and grandchildren. That's what it's all about. It's not about money. It's about money to some degree, but it's also about what our children are going to be saddled with as far as debt, with what Mark Carney is doing with his $100 billion worth of debt. And you know what? Canada doesn't have any money. We have zero money. And Mark Carney has spent in the last year $100 billion. Where's that money going to come from? They're going to have to borrow it. It's going to be all borrowed money. And how much do you have to pay back if you borrow $100 billion? What are the monthly payments on $100 billion? Let's ask Grok that. Grok, if I was to borrow $100 billion at today's interest rates, what would my monthly payments be on that loan?
On a $100 billion loan right now, you're looking at roughly $625 million a month if you finance it like a normal 30-year mortgage at today's largely 6.4% rates. That's the payment to actually pay it down over time. Just the interest with nothing toward principal would run you about $533 million every single month. For context, that's over $500 million a month just in interest. The full payment is even bigger. Good luck finding anyone willing to loan you that kind of cash at those rates, but math doesn't lie.
Okay, so Mark Carney, with his stupidity and all of his spending, which you see that because every time he spends money or every time he gets up in front of that microphone, he's spending money. The very latest was $90 billion for the rail line in between Toronto and Montreal. Okay, so the interest payments alone on the $100 billion are going to be $500 million a year. Or sorry, is that a month? A month? Was that a month? Hang on. Let's go back here. Yeah, $500 million every single month. Okay, so that's what Mark Carney is saddling with your children and my children. Okay, is for them to have to pay back $500 million a month. That is freaking insane. It is up, and he's a banker too, and he's saddling us with so much debt that it is absolutely insane. We don't need to be paid. Thousands of Albertans are volunteering their time and energy because they believe in a better future. Okay, believe in a better future. Absolutely. Unlike the NDP, heavily funded and controlled by big unions, the independence movement runs on conviction, not checks. This is an independence movement that we're doing here right now. This is grassroots. This is real. This is Alberta. Let's see, from Nensheed. He says, I'm ready to fight like hell for this country and against anyone that's trying to tear it apart. The richest man in the world wants Canada to become the 51st state and is now amplifying Alberta's separatism. Get this, from the Rise of Alberta, breaking news, Elon Musk just backed Alberta independence. David Parker says, yeah, Alberta independence is the only way we save what's left of it. And Elon Musk says, yeah. Okay, so that's what that bit is about there, that even Elon Musk is on board supporting Alberta independence. It's unbelievable. how far this thing is going. It's great. Things are going great here. And then you have idiots like this that come up with a meme like this. And, it's like crazy. What do you think about this one here? This is a hater, what you'd call a hater, okay? Remember when Queenie was in the ditch and everyone called her a ditch pig in the ditch? Yeah, well, the haters and people aren't for Alberta independence are making a meme like this where they're flying the Alberta flag upside down and they're saying ditch billies have permanently soiled this flag. So he's calling guys like me a ditch billy, okay? And let's look at what his chat has to say about this. If we look at, oh, hang on. I clicked on the wrong thing there. I actually made it a little bit bigger. Click down here. And let's read some of the comments here. Oh, look, here's a comment by Tommy Temper. Tommy Temper says, I see a sore loser resulting to name calling right here. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Calling everyone a ditch billy is absolutely exactly what the lefties are going to do. They're going to be name calling everybody. Berta Fringe says, that's your choice to believe that. The Black Swede says, oh my God, it's not an act, is it? You really are that stupid. Yeah, I'd agree with that one there. And then Gus says, congrats on being a new dad in the new future. Way to keep the rural Alberta dream alive. And then they post this one here. My sister's pregnant. I'm not going to... and I'm going to be a dad. Yeah, they're, equating us to being like that. Censored Truth says, don't worry. You guys never used it anyway. We don't touch any of those flags you actually use, like Palestine, Ukraine flag, the trans flag, Venezuelan flag, etc. Yeah, we're only touching the Alberta flag here. And this guy says, Patriot Girl says, you are one of the ones that got jabbed 5 times because you believed in dumb F. Justin and his paid mainstream media puppets. It shows zero intelligence, sheeple. Yeah, and then you've got this one here. Which one is you? This is the guy that's posting this, right? So he's making fun of us again here, saying, which one is you? So apparently these are all Albertans that are pro-independence, typical Alberta ditchbillies here. And he made this meme here. So apparently I'm one of these guys here, one of the ditchbillies out there with a beer in my hand and a hard hat on. Yeah, these are the working people. These are the people that made Alberta what it is, right? And you're making fun of all of the working people in Alberta. So shame on you for stuff like this. Typical Alberta ditchbillies. Shame on you. Steve, please point to where the bad man hurts you. Yeah, exactly. I see in your profile you're a huge fan of the child rapid south of the border, birds of a feather. Melanie says, laugh my ass off. Seems like we heard this somewhere. Oh, yes, in February 2022, we did the same with the Canadian flag. Guess what, Gus? Yeah, that's what the convoy did. The convoy had the Canadian flag, remember? And everyone started hating the Canadian flag because the patriots in Canada liked the Canadian flag. So they, the rest of the country made a big hate on with the Canadian flag. Just Gus, the guy that posted this, says, yes, everywhere you ditchbilly parasites go, you end up soiling something. Flags, yourselves, it's just who you filth are. Susan says, what's a ditchbilly? Gus says, a little less intelligent and a little less refined than a hillbilly. They earn their name by camping in ditches. Oh, that was Queenie that did that, remember? Queenie was the ditch pig in the ditch there with the axe to tax protest. Remember that? That's what he's referring to here with this bit. They earn their name by camping in ditches to support Polyev and dump on liberals, all while crying they couldn't afford food or to pay their rent. They're just a faction of society that serve no purpose. Oh, yeah, okay. And then he says, congratulations to you and your brother, Ditchbilly, mom and dad, or do you call them aunt and uncle? Either way, it doesn't matter. They're just plain proud you carried the family tradition. And then he posts this one again here. My sister's pregnant and I'm going to be a dad. Oh, that's what he's calling everybody that's for independence, What an idiot. this guy says, F you, you federalist cuck. And then he comes back with, hey, T-Bird, also known as Ryan. So apparently he knows that guy. Karama, sad lawyer and political whatever, says, meet Ryan from Ottawa. His reason for being here aligns with messaging that's been most consistent throughout the convoy occupation. This isn't about mandates. And then he posts something like this here. And this probably came from the convoy. You know, like when you have literally thousands and thousands of people showing up, and this is from the convoy, this clip, you're going to have people that are just whacked out that show up, you know. Like, you know that it's going to happen. We don't know if this guy is a supporter of the convoy or what he's up to there, but he's there.
I'm Ryan, and I'm here from Ottawa. Say fuck Justin Trudeau! Freedom!
So yeah, did people get whacked out at the convoy? Here's proof. People got whacked out, you know. But he definitely didn't like Trudeau, and he's definitely pretty vocal about the fact that he didn't like Trudeau. But people are using stuff like this and going, you guys are all like this guy. You guys are all this guy, you know, that the whacked out guy is what you guys are all about, which is false narrative. Sure, there's one guy in a crowd of thousands of people that is whacked out and takes his shirt out and tells Trudeau to F off. You know that it's going to happen, right? And you can't equate every single person that is now, we have 1.5 million people approximately that are pro-Alberta independence. And we're not, when do you ever see me whacked out like this? Absolutely never. But are people like that? Yeah, they absolutely were. And, you know, you can't change that fact. Your mom, Billy's my ditch, says Rusty. How long have you been a necrophiliac? Burn, baby, burn. So you've got the Canadian flag, and now people are saying burn. Excuse me. Oh my. Yeah, excuse me for that.
Quote, fake news. Fake news. You are fake news. It's all fake news. Fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen. It's all fake news.
Okay, and here you can see somebody with the Alberta flag flying on their home, and you can see the Canadian flag there. Myself, I have out of all the flags that I own, I think I own a nice big blue flag like you see right there. And I was flying it off of the back of my my quad as I was driving all around Sylvan Lake and on the lake itself. And yeah, I'm absolutely pro Alberta independence and proud of it. I'm also a proud Canadian. I am a proud Canadian. As long as Alberta remains within Canada, I will be a proud Canadian. But I'm not proud of what Ottawa and what Canada has done to me personally and to the province of Alberta. Like, really, I've been ripped off a lot of money by Ottawa my whole life. And, I'm not happy about that. And I'm not happy about the things that Ottawa spends our money on. It's completely ridiculous. But, these things happen. Then you've got this here. What you clowns said about the Canadian flag, but one joke from Trump changed all of that, didn't it? Now you're pretending to be nationalists despite claiming nationalists are Nazis for the past 10 years. The left is the definition of political prostitutes you stand for, which is why you fall for everything. So he's against this guy here that's trying to make us look like ditch billies. Proud Albertan says, ditch billies? Honestly, that label makes me laugh. It's not insulting in the slightest. Unredacted Epstein file says, my vote is spoken for. Union of sovereignty. It shall be lawful for the sovereign people of Canada, with advice from the sovereign people of Canada's Privy Council. Alberta Strong and Free says, you obviously don't understand anything. You're not a smart person. I bet you're walking with your elbows up high, LOL. Lindsay Tweet says, it must be difficult living with largely manipulated, sensitive, and effeminate soul. And he posts this one here of this guy sitting down on his couch. Yeah, gingerly. Oh, what is that? Has he got something wrong with his asshole there? By the looks of it. Cutter 911 says, nothing stopping you from leaving if you hate the flag of the province you reside in. In fact, I bet we could crowdsource the costing of your moving expenses. We would want it to be a burden on you. You know, and I was in another stream earlier this morning, and I was saying independence for Alberta. And other people are going, when independence fails, Tommy, will you be leaving the province? You know, and no, I won't be leaving the province, because I know that if the independence bid fails, I know that Alberta will be a stronger province within a sovereign province within Canada, and we will get more out of Ottawa and be treated more fairly now than we were treated before. So whether it works or not, yeah, we're doing it. Tommy Digger says, I bet you've never created anything amazing in your whole life. I'm still surprised they let you own small farm animals again. Big Bird Flu says, go ahead. Keep calling us names. You'll be snickering from the other side of your face soon enough. Bobby Do-Right says, there's much socialism for you to partake in with the rest of Canada. Go forth and be unfruitful. Yeah, exactly. Ken F. says, Just Gus 2, so your original account got shut down. What a shame. So this guy that is doing this, he's such a moron that his original X account got shut down, and he's on his different one here. The whore next door says, well, maybe you should move if Alberta is so bad and the flag is so soiled. Ranting West Canada says, the word ditch Billy in front of me, you racist C-U-N-T. Sturm says, so in a ditch Billy, Pinder is it. OMG Berta says, well, get it back like we did with the Canadian flag, and the free dumbers tried to take it over. Reality says, I have done a few things with flags. Shh, bye-bye. Uh-oh, he's got the American flag there. They need their own flag. Wonder what it would look like. Duke says, leave it then. As Indigenous, I give you permission to F off. So, yeah, exactly. There's an Indigenous person that's for Alberta independence. Catronia says, indeed, they have used it as asswipe and should not be allowed to remain in the province. So that person is against the whole thing. And then we got this one here. Oh, no, we better not put that one on there. That one looks bad. Effing boomer retard. Dippers in their stupidity. That's because you're gay, Gus. Try harder. Oh, bad word there. Your mangina is showing, loser. F off. You soiled your pants, loser. I bet they have. And then last one, ditch Billy. Okay, so I would say that out of the comments there, this guy with this meme on X, I would say that the vast majority of the comments on there are from people that are pro-independence. Pro-independence. And those have to be Albertans that are pro-independence. And then you've got people from all over Canada. Very, very few, I would say probably about 10% of the people that commented there were commenting that were pro-Canada staying in, or Alberta staying in Canada. So there you go. Okay, let's move on here. Move on to something better here. What else is going on here? Oh, and then you've got this bit here where we've got the pro-Palestine people here. Pro-Palestine. This is pretty bad what these people are saying here. And you know, why are we not paying attention to what Islamists are saying? Really, Brett, this is like you support people like this. You're a supporter of the Islamists in Iran. And this is, I don't know where this is, but it's probably in Canada here. But what these guys are saying is defeating Israel means defeating the U.S. Defeating Israel means defeating Canada. They're no longer hiding their intentions. It's Israel first and USA and Canada next. Okay, that's what these people want to do. Is they want to take us over. So listen to this. Just listen to this carefully.
Defeating the US, defeating Israel means defeating Canada. This settlement will exist on the basis of the indigenous people and the black people. Defeating Israel means defeating this colonial institution. Means defeating the US, defeating Israel means defeating Canada. This settlement will exist on the basis of the indigenous people and the black people.
Yeah. Okay. So, even these guys are starting to use this colonization and that kind of bullshit terminology with everything. And they actually want to defeat Israel, and then they want to defeat USA, and then they want to defeat Canada. And are you politicians listening to these guys? Are you not listening to them? Because all you're doing, the politicians are inviting more and more and more of these people into our countries. And they're saying they want to take us over. And you guys aren't even listening to what they're saying. Like, really, honestly, this is like the stupidest world that we're living in ever. It's like your worst enemy, that you've got borders put up to keep your worst enemies out of your country, and then you invite them in. And then you go, oh, well, they're saying that they're oppressed in their own country and they can't live in their own country, so they're applying for citizenship in the United States and Canada, and we're inviting them in because they're saying that they're oppressed by their own governments or wherever they're coming from, that they can't live over there or else they'll be done in, so they better come over here and live here. So then they come into our country, and then they start saying stuff like this, that they want to do in Israel, and then they want to do in USA, and then they want to do in Canada. What the hell's the matter with people? What's the matter with you politicians out there? You're the stupidest people alive to be allowing this bullshit to happen. And we'll be paying the price for it. In fact, we are paying the price for it already, because now you have little terrorist cells all within the USA and Canada. And, all it takes is something bad to happen anywhere in the world, and then these people are just going to go berserk. They're going berserk already. Mossad. You see it happening down there in the States where somebody goes berserk and starts shooting people up. And who is it? Oh, it's one of these guys. And anybody do anything about it? No, don't do anything about it. You just go, oh, well, that's just it's just one guy doing something. It's one little terrorist group. It's like not the whole country. It's just one little thing. Okay, and with Iran, you've got the IRGC, which are the Islamists in Iran, have launched a crackdown across Iran, arresting thousands of protesters in the last 24 hours. This so-called ceasefire has brought pain and terror to millions of peace, democracy, and freedom-loving Iranians. So you've got this little bit here where the people are out in the streets basically protesting is what they're doing. And that's what this clip is about here. Tons of people out in the streets in Iran. And believe me, these people are not pro-Islamic regime whatsoever. Not at all, folks, not at all. Not at all. And that's the truth. Just the truth, folks, on the Tommy Temper Show. And here's Canada. This is the Prime Minister's office in Canada. They just put a new flag up, not a Canadian flag. And you wonder, why does Alberta want to separate?
From the lake house, chilling, hot tub, steaming hot. He's dropping truth bombs, giving all he's got.
Meanwhile,
Multi-stream master, restreams his game. Man, Tafer's calling, but he's fanning the flame. Mustang Cobra GT roaring down the road. E-bike cruising, yeah.
the crackpots are taking over.
And it flows like the mountain streams. Tommy's got the vision, living out his dreams. From the latest news to the wildest fights, he's sparking the baits under Starry Night. Tommy Temper, YouTube king, rocking the streams, hear the people sing. Super chat, popping channel membership soared. Alberta's proud, son respected evermore. Respected evermore. Respected evermore. Worldwide they watch from near and far. Tommy's got the vibe, he's a streaming star. Trolls try to trip him, but he's standing tall. Mic drop.
And they want to stop us. Ain't gonna work.
Rocky Mountain spirit, where the free winds blow. He's calling out the noise, keeping it real. Tommy Temper's heart.
Alberta independence for the win.
Tommy Temper, YouTube king, rocking the streams, hear the people sing. Super chat, popping channel membership. So Alberta's proud, some respected evermore. Respected evermore. So raise a glass to Tommy, the man, the myth, streaming for the truth, giving spirits a lift. From the Rockies to the world, his legend will grow. Tommy Temper, forever stealing the show.
Oh, yeah. Alberta UCP Sheriff's training to protect the sovereign Alberta. Oh, my. He's got the knife. And there he goes. Practicing saving Alberta. Yeah. Can't make this stuff up. It's crazy out there. The world has gone crazy. Yeah. What's going on here? They've got this bit here. This is pretty crazy. This is attending a and I'll have to move it a bit here. Hang on. Let me just go studio mode here. Oh, hang on. Drop it in here. Hang on. Okay. This is a bit on attending a queer self-defense class in a church basement where trans people fight for free. Free what? I don't know. But I'm not sure what this bit is, but let's just watch it and see what transpires in this bit. A self-defense class where trans people fight for what? Freedom? Should be interesting. Let's walk in, see what's in here.
Hey, I have a question. The front doors are locked here.
Yeah, what do you need?
I'm trying to get to the queer self-defense class.
Okay, around the corner.
So the south side of the building, is that?
Yeah.
Okay, and it said on the flyer, trans folks fight for free.
Yeah, you're trans.
I'm trans indigenous.
You're what?
I'm trans indigenous. My parents, bigoted doctor, assigned me white skin at birth, but I identify as a brown skin native.
Dude, get out of here.
Well, are you trans native phobic?
No.
Well, then what's the problem?
Do you know how confusing this is to people and how you're making a mockery out of natives?
Well, that's ironic, don't you think?
No, we are protecting people here with self-defense.
And that's, I want to participate.
No.
I'm a native. Trans natives are natives, and this is our land.
Dude, I'm calling the cops. Get
Don't misindigenate me. I am not a dude.
Get out of
Don't.
here.
Why are you being trans native phobic right now?
Please leave.
No. This is my land, and you're trespassing. You're cis American, so how about you leave?
I need you to leave the property now.
No. What are you going to do?
I'm calling the police.
You're going to call the police on me because I'm a trans native man of color?
You're mocking people.
That's a hate crime.
No, what you're doing is a hate crime.
Call the police then. It's
calling
really
the
sad you're being transnative phobic right now.
Dude,
Folks, this individual is being transnative phobic. I'm trying to get into a queer self-defense class, and this is how they treat trans people of color. Really sad. I hope you should be proud of yourself for being transnative phobic.
You should be ashamed of what you're doing.
Really sad. Trans natives are
You need
natives.
to leave.
Oh, man. And then somebody out there is going to go, Tommy Tepper, you're racist. Showing stuff like that. You're just being a racist person. No, it's just popped up on my screen. It popped up. It's not me. If it's anybody being racist, it's X being racist, because it just popped up on my window here. And it's like, ha ha, pretty funny. It's calling out the whole situation on how crazy it really is. It's just a joke. It's just fun. We're just having fun on the air here with you, with everyone. And yeah, we got 25 people watching, and we got actually we got about 50 people watching, because we got people watching on Facebook and watching on X and watching on YouTube. YouTube, I can see only about 26 people. We're being heavily shadow banned because of my content. My content is like not for all eyes. It's definitely adult type content here. And it is what it is. By the way, anybody that was banned, that it was banned on my channel, you're not banned anymore. You can type in my chat, except for Catamus Rex. Catamus Rex, you're banned. Other than that, everybody else is not banned. So there you go. Let's see. This is a bad one here, but I'll play this. It's not nice to see this at all. But let's look at this one here. This is Muslim says, Allah Akbar, Masad, this is for you. And he and other Muslims destroyed graves of Christians and Jews. What's the matter with people? Why are they doing this kind of crap? Unbelievable. This clip has been around for a while, but what do you think of this? The Muslim people don't like the Christians. They don't like the Jews. And when is this going to start happening in your neighborhood? Right? When's this going to start happening? If you invite enough of them in, they start going berserk at some point. When they get numbers, it's a matter of numbers. It's all about a matter of numbers. When they have enough numbers to start doing stuff, then they will start doing stuff like this. And it's incredible. What do you think about this? Good or bad?
شوية نبدأ في هذا بعدها ننزلوا عليه هذا أسهل حاجة.
Allah Akbar. He's got his gun too. Oh, those terrible Christians. They're just such terrible people. We have to get rid of their gravestones, you know. We have to desecrate the people that are dead. Like, come on. That is freaking unbelievable that people are doing stuff like that. Unbelievable. But believable would be this one here. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go, Alberta. Alberta. We're gonna have to come up with our own flag too. When we separate from Canada, Alberta will have to have its own flag. I wonder what that flag will look like. Actually, I remember posting a potential Alberta flag. I came up with one. Oh, and it was like, if Alberta manages to, join forces with Saskatchewan, then we're going to have a flag that incorporates bits of Saskatchewan and Alberta in it. And let's see whether or not we can get that on the screen here. Hang on. That is kind of interesting. Win 7. We've got this one here that I know you've seen before that says, you can't fix stupid, but you can vote it out. You can always do that. And that's exactly what we're going to do here in Alberta. We can't fix the stupid Canadian government, and we can't fix what Carney is doing because he's just a rogue politician doing whatever the hell he wants to do. But we can vote it out by way of voting our province out of Canada. So that's more likely what's going to end up happening. So there you go. Oh, hang on. Let me give my own stream a like here. Give us a thumbs up. And I see we've got a share there going on. And let me see. Oh, yeah. This is an interesting one. This is the one that's on the title or the thumbnail of my stream, which is We Can Tax the Air. This is Justin Trudeau in there with Suzuki. Suzuki is the guy on the left there. And they're conspiring. This is just a meme, but, you know, it says, we can tax the air and tell them that we're saving the planet. Ha, ha, ha. And all of you guys fell for it. It was like, oh, climate change. We're all going to die from climate change. And we have to tax the air, tax gasoline, tax everything. And then we can send that tax money over to some government bank. And then we don't know what the hell happened to that money. They blew all the money. But guess what? They didn't save the planet. They didn't do anything to save the planet. It was all just a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Dum-dum-dum. Let me see if I can go back a ways here. Geez, there's lots of stuff on here. Oh, it's that Tara Bull in there on Facebook. She's posting stuff and tagging me, and then it gets onto my timeline. But there's tons and tons of stuff on my Facebook. So definitely join up to me on Facebook, Tommy Temper Show on Facebook. Actually, it's just Tommy Temper. If you just search for Tommy Temper, then you can find my place where I post all my stuff. And there's way more stuff than you see on here posted on Facebook. Geez, a lot of the stuff there that we've seen already. But I came up with this flag. If I can find it, I'll actually play it or show you what it looks like, where I kind of designed it using AI. And then I posted that flag on there. And yeah, it was kind of an interesting flag. But yeah, it looks like the problem is that I post so much stuff on Facebook that hard to see. I even posted this one here, which is when the astronauts first had problems with their toilet, heading to the moon on the most advanced spacecraft ever built, but the toilet broke 2 hours in. Oh my God. Houston, we have a situation. And we heard a little bit about that here today, listening to Space Control there, or the control and talking to the spacecraft, and hearing how they're having a bit of a shitter problem on board. And this is an interesting photo here. This is when, let me expand it a little bit here. This is an actual event that I went to. If you guys don't think that Alberta separation is real and, you know, you're poo-pooing it, this is actually a video done. And I was at this event in Edmonton, and this is what it looked like, where we had at this rally at the Legislative Building, and this was back in the summertime last year, where there were over 12,000 people that showed up at this event at the Legislative Building. And just look at that sea of blue Alberta flags that were there. I actually, if you look back, if you want to see the video, I was actually live. I did a live event at this particular event here. And yeah, it was unbelievable how great this was. Unbelievable.
Coming for to carry us home.
Yeah, that's the Alberta. Stay free. Stay free, Alberta. Alberta independence.
In the shadow of the Rockies, where the wild winds blow, Albertans rise up, tired of the status quo. Oil sands pumping black gold, beef on the grill so fine, grain fields waving golden, canola blooming in the sunshine. But Ottawa's taking our billions, unfair equalization gain, sending it east to Quebec, while we shoulder the blame. No more pipelines blocked, no more carbon tax chains. We're done with the feds breaking free from their reins. Alberta freedom, ringing loud and true. Sovereignty calling, independence coming through. No more woke liberalism, stealing our way of life. Albertans stand tall, cutting loose from the strife. Rocky Mountains watching as we claim our own land. Freedom for our families with a rifle in hand. Alberta freedom, let the anthems roll. We're building our nation forevermore. From the prairie to the peaks, where the eagles soar high. We're sick of the traitors calling us traitors, that's a lie. Equalization's a thief, stealing our hard-earned pay, while they push their agendas, turning night into day. Beef ranchers and farmers, grain silos stand proud. Oil rigs turning profits under Alberta's cloud. No more begging for ports.
Thank you, Squirrel.
Landlocked but strong we stand. We'll negotiate our future with the world in our hand. Alberta freedom, ringing loud and true. Sovereignty calling, independence coming through. No more woke liberalism, stealing our way of life. Albertans stand tall, cutting loose from the strife. Rocky Mountains watching as we claim our own land. Freedom for our families with a rifle in hand. Alberta freedom, let the anthems roll. We're building our nation forevermore. They say it's illegal, but self-determination's all right. Like Ukraine from the Soviets, we'll fight through the night. No more sending our wealth to fund their endless schemes. Our pensions rising, fulfilling our dreams. Tired of the liberals, their rules and their games. Albertans awakening, falling out on names. Canola fields yellow, beef herds grazing free, oil sands fueling futures as far as the eye can see. We're Albertans first, with hearts full of fire. Separation's the answer, lifting us higher. No more being the wallet for a broken confederation. Freedom's our birthright, our declaration. Alberta freedom, ringing loud and true. Sovereignty calling, independence coming through. No more woke liberalism, stealing our way of life. Albertans stand tall, cut loose from the strife. Rocky Mountains watching as we claim our own land. Freedom for our families with the rifle in hand. Alberta freedom, let the
Yeehaw.
anthems roll. We're building our nation forevermore.
Forevermore. Alberta freedom.
Freedom, yeah, forevermore.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah, yeah.
That's what they're saying, but we're saying, hey, we have the numbers. We have the numbers. Like, look at when this thing first started, and the very first rally that happened at the Ledge grounds had 12,000 people. Like, come on. And I was in Red Deer, small place, Red Deer, and there were people lined up the entire Gates Avenue. I couldn't even see the end of the flags lined up there. It was last Saturday. And there's stuff going on. Like, this is only going to get bigger. And as people, transfer away from the Conservative Party, basically defect from the NDP party and the Conservative Party and run over and join up with the Liberals, all it's doing is it's putting in people's minds, oh man, we just can't trust that federal government. We don't like the federal government, and there's only one way out of the situation. And that way out of the situation is Alberta independence. There's absolutely no other way to solve this problem. So, yeah, we'll definitely, go for independence. And you know what? Even if Alberta does not become an independent province like Quebec, Quebec is getting more perks. They're watched by more Canadians, and they're pandered to a lot more by Ottawa. So either way, this is good for Alberta. Really, this whole independence movement. You guys may not like it, and you're going to call us ditch hillbillies or whatever the hell you want to call us. And all that is making us more determined to get more people on board. How are you? If you're an Albertan and you're being called a ditch billy, what are you going to do? Are you going to go, oh, well, that's the Liberals calling us that. So, yeah, I'm going to become a Liberal. I'm going to change the vote. I'm going to change everything about me. I'm no longer going to be a redneck. I'm going to just get on board with the NDP. NDP, where's the NDP? Yeah, we'll just get on board with them, and we'll just share the love and, stuff like that. But we'll definitely not be independent people. But, yeah, I want to invest in Iran. Yeah, exactly. Get back over there again. Do my thing. Got to sit upright a little bit here. Okay, everyone. Well, I'd go on a little bit longer, but, I've been on here already 2 hours and 57 minutes. So that's just about 3 hours. I should actually limit my programs to like about half an hour. You know what I mean? Because we don't have that much of an audience. It's actually dwindled down here to only 24 people watching on YouTube. So I'm going to shut the show down. And that's it for today. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. And we'll do it again soon. Probably sooner than later. I know the show is dying. It's resting. Better rest in peace. The Tommy Temper show is just down to just about nobody. So I may as well go out with my kids because they're at home here now. And I'm waving at them over there. And maybe go to a restaurant or something. Maybe we'll go to the taco joint. You guys want tacos? I had tacos this morning. You had tacos this morning. Where, at school? Yeah. Oh, you made them. Bean burrito. Okay. Okay, well, we're not going for tacos, I guess. No, let's just go for a bike ride. Bike ride? Tomorrow would be a good day for a bike ride. It is. Because it's a little bit chilly still. It's only, let me look at the temperature here. What are we staying here? It's nice. There isn't any... yeah, it's actually looking bad out there right now. Because the current conditions in Edmonton are 5 degrees. Hang on, let me update this. Update it. 7 degrees. It's 7 degrees out there right now. 9 degrees. It's 7. Look at, I'm looking right there. It's supposed to go up to 9. Like, it is 9. No, it's not 9. Because look at, it's only 7 right now, right here. 7. And that's not hot enough for a bike ride. So we can't go out for a bike ride today. But maybe tomorrow. Because tomorrow, look at, it's supposed to go up to 13. So that's a little bit warmer. And right now, it's still looking a little bit chilly. It was actually quite windy out there, but it looks like the wind has kind of died down a little bit. But we can walk somewhere and get a bite to eat. So maybe we'll do that for something to do here. Because otherwise, things are kind of dead on the channel here. Maybe I have to bring on a few guests or something. Where's Spin City? Bring him on or something. Get things moving here a little bit. Spooky. If you go out, leave the Tommy hat home this time. It's embarrassing. Yeah, I wear this hat everywhere. And I was in Sylvan Lake. Did you hear that story? We were gassing up at the Petrocan in Sylvan Lake, and I was wearing this hat, whatever, and I decided to do a little video of the price of gas, you know. So I hop out of my car, and this guy opens his door of his car, and he goes, "Hey, Tommy Temper. Hey, I watch you all the time." So believe me, there are people out there that know who I am, and you know, we're getting recognized in public here now as a celebrity. We're a real celebrity on the internet, believe it or not. Charlie Clark Army. What the hell is that? Are you gonna fix the blue halo? Yeah, well, it's kind of purplish, and I did have it blue a little bit, but yeah, actually, I should fix that a little bit here. Hang on, let me fix it right now. I know you guys in the States associate blue with what do you call it? With a particular party. There. How's that in green? Does that look better? No, I don't think so. Doesn't look that good. But it looked kind of purplish there. I need it a little more blue. But it kind of looks purplish there, even though that's a blue color. Hang on, let me select a little bit different color. Maybe this blue here, it might be a little bit better. Not really. No, but I like it. I like that little bit of a rainbow around me, or anything in the picture here. It's called let's see, what is it called here? Shadow. And then you can increase the intensity of it there too. Have it there or not have it there. I like to have a little bit of a shadow around me. It's just part of my show here, where I play with special effects on the show. It's actually a special effect when you come right down to it, you know. Like, I do all kinds of special effects. Let me show you here what I mean. I have the retro effects here too. Let's see, what's that one? Yeah, retro effects. You see, like this one here, where you can make your video look like it's doing something weird, like an old TV set or something. Yeah, the Tommy Temper Show, we're having technical difficulties here right now. We got problems with our video link up to the satellite. Oh, hang on, it's getting a little bit better here now. It's getting better. It's getting a lot better. Okay, we're back to normal. Yeah, we have lots of special effects and stuff like that going on here. And there's other things that I'm working on to try and make it a little bit better. You know, like I've got different kind of swipes and stuff like that. I've got fades, swipes, slides, one way or the other. Moves. Of course, I have to have something to move to, like this. Or I can move this way. We can swipe the other way. Fade from one to the other. And a few other, they're called transitions. So we got lots of different stuff to play with here on the show. So we're slowly, you know, loading the stream down with different things that I can do here. But, yeah, the show's kind of languishing. Usually, if I do a show for like 1 hour, that's good. We got a good audience. But as the show goes on, the audience dwindles down, until finally there's nobody watching. So, you know, at this point, we're at our 3-hour mark here. So we better say, see you guys later. Take care. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And watch this. This is made up by a good friend of my stream here. And, yeah, we kind of like it. It's called the Tommy Temper Intro, but it also will leave you with this here, and then we'll shut the stream down. See you all later. Take care. And maybe we'll do a later at night stream here. I don't know. I always say that I'm going to do that, and then I never do because I end up watching some of the YouTubes and stuff like that. But you never know. We can always have more fun in the future. Bye-bye for now.
Breaking news, it tempers again. Everybody's mad online. Parliament's debating while the comment section's losing minds. Protests in the streets tonight, banners in the rain. Tommy grabs the microphone and tries to stay sane. Left side shouting, right side too. Everybody's certain that their headline's true, but somewhere in the noise another page. Welcome to Tommy Temper, where the facts get checked and the jokes get better. From Canada out to the world's wild weather, we talk it out, maybe laugh together. Yeah, the chaos rolls, but we still remember. Keep your cool with Tommy Temper. Convoys rolling, speeches fly, cameras everywhere. Experts argue nightly like it's political warfare. But Tommy pours another coffee, smiles at the scene, says common sense still fits somewhere in between. Trending topics, outrage storm, everyone declaring the new world norm. But reason sneaks, spasm and a folding chair. Welcome to Tommy Temper. News and nonsense mixed together. Serious talk, but light as a feather. Laugh through storms, we can't control forever. When tensions rise, just regroup and center. Tune it in with Tommy Temper. Take a breath, check the source. Debate without going full force. Disagree, but keep it clever. We're all riding this ride together. Welcome to Tommy Temper, where calm survives the loudest pressure. Truth with humor, that's the measure. Making sense of the global theater. News gets wild, but hearts stay gentler. Stay reasonable with Tommy.
Thanks a lot, Al Munson.
Remember, folks,
Thanks.
if everybody's yelling, somebody's got to bring snacks and logic.
Al Munson, thanks a lot for flying that Alberta rose. Appreciate that. Bye for now. Take care. Stay out of trouble. By the way, Al, I tuned into your last broadcast and I caught the last 1 minute of it, and then you shut right down. So I couldn't even see what your last broadcast was about. So, don't be so anal with whatever you're doing there. Leave your stream up so that people can actually see it, because not everybody can get there right when your stream starts. And by the way, watching your show is just like this. It's like nothing except you sitting there talking.